We're here.
Welcome back, guys. This is Alex from PTOUnlimited podcast. Welcome back to our pre-show meeting for episode 184.
84. I don't know why I have headphones on.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Are you an Oompa Loompa?
Maybe you need that stool.
No, I'd be
yeah.
sitting on the floor. Like,
Well, it'd be perfect. Like,
here we go.
will you marry me?
Take a knee.
This works. I'll take a knee. Anyways, if this is your first time with us, basically what we do here is we sit down and talk about what we're going to talk about on tonight's podcast just a little bit before we actually talk about it. That allows you guys to be able to join in on the conversation, say hi, hello, as well as give us topics to talk about, and view the game that we're about to play. So we are able to see all of your comments on YouTube right now. If you can, share everything. We love people that share and like our stuff. If you haven't hit subscribe so you know that when we go live. We're going to also be discussing tonight our PTO Unlimited podcast movie club. We usually put that on the board first. Josh, would you like to talk about that first?
Yes. So what the movie club is, every single week we choose a new or newer movie to people who haven't seen it. Like Brett has not seen Quarantine, and this week we did Quarantine. And for the month of October, we were doing horror movies. But this was the last week of it, so now Brett gets to choose a movie this week, and we'll see what that is during the show. And we're going to discuss in depth Quarantine. So that came out in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got on the board?
I look bigger than you, Brett, for some reason.
Yeah, you do.
Seriously, look at it. Look at
you look like you're a giant for some reason.
Why do I look bigger than you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, maybe you're sitting further in line with the table.
I don't know.
Back of my chair
It looks like Josh is like
the
twice
back
the
of my
size.
chair is behind the table.
By the way, guys, this is our new studio. We moved over the weekend, and it's not done yet. We don't have our foam and everything up. It's not going to be just this table. Trust me, we're working on decorations.
Yep.
But yeah, welcome to the new studio.
Yay. So,
let's go topics.
Celebrity death.
we got one.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
We also have the NFL to talk about this week. We have the NFL draft and a little bit of the
draft.
The draft.
It's like the draft.
Draft
you know
is in
saying?
April.
You know what I'm saying? What did I say? Fantasy. Brett, can you put down Elon Musk?
Ugh.
What is wrong with Elon Musk?
Are we talking about the
he
car?
He is a genius, and if you go to Elon Musk...
Are we talking about the car in space?
No, we're not talking about the
again.
car in space. No.
We should figure out where our spaceman is, or moon man, or whatever his name is. We should figure out where he is.
He's
in space?
He's in space.
Where in space?
Can you put down Sriracha? I'm for real.
Ding dong. Okay.
Brett, do you have other stuff?
Why are we putting down Sriracha?
I
will talk about that.
I had an interesting thing happen to me at work.
So you have a work experience?
Yeah.
We have the move.
Yeah, we have to talk about the move.
We gotta talk about the move.
I already put that.
Okay.
Yep, our move was something special. Can you put down Game Patch?
Game Patch.
Can
we put down playing and watching?
Oh, I guess playing and watching entirely, yeah.
Yeah.
P&W?
Put down Josh v. Chris.
Oh, yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know what people think about that.
Yeah, we're keeping it light so that way you guys don't know what we're gonna talk about.
Try to be ambiguous about it.
Put down Penn Station.
Oh, that was funny.
Josh and I have a really funny story about Penn Station.
Yep.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Halloween was on Thursday.
Halloween was on Thursday.
And Saturday. If you're living in the Midwest, a lot of people postponed to Saturday.
Wasn't that much warmer on Saturday.
It was not raining.
It was windy still.
Yeah, it was.
What else do we have?
We got a full board is what we got.
We already have a full board?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so for the pre-show, we are actually doing something special, not only because we're in a new studio, but I'm just going to make this announcement now, and I'm also going to make it on the podcast. This is 1 year of streaming.
Woohoo!
For the PTO Unlimited podcast. We have been streaming for 1 year now. So, straight, basically.
I mean the video.
Live.
Yeah. Yep. Doing live streaming.
Lies.
So lies.
I'm just kidding. I just realized I didn't do this right.
What did you not do right, Alex?
Announce that we're live.
Oh my gosh, you're terrible. So for that, we're also doing a soda taste test, which is a lot, highly recommended by a lot of our viewers. And we have Alex's dad here to actually have all of us.
Administer the soda.
I'm actually involved for once to not know what
you
the
got a
soda
problem
is.
with that?
What?
She looked at me like, you did. Yeah, you did.
What did I do?
You looked at me funny.
Okay.
So Alex is actually going to get back from behind or from in front of the table and actually sit back, and we're going to do our taste test on the pre-show instead of it being on the actual podcast, which is kind of what we been wanting to do ever since we started doing the pre-show, and make it more special and stuff. So we're going to be trying out some new flavors, and that one looks like that's not a Twisty. Alex.
I am telling people what's going on.
You can do
you
that
do
back
it
here.
behind the desk?
Give me a minute.
And you can give that number 4 to your dad, and he will give us the answers whether or not we are correct and wrong, right?
Don't put that much in. What if we don't like it and then we have to spit it back out?
I'm gonna down my drink.
Yeah, just take it like a shot.
Yeah.
And throw it up? Okay.
Well, no, it's not that disgusting.
Some of them are.
So yeah, this is how we're actually gonna be sitting for the show. So we're doing round 1.
That one.
Round 1. Hey.
Hello,
Okay,
everybody.
Alex, you can.
Yeah, you could
Here
pass
we
it
go.
along. Sit
I'm
there.
getting my stuff.
I will say that this
Making
is
sure
a
people can hear
housewarming
me.
gift,
Housewarming gift.
house or podcast studio
There we
warming
go.
gift.
Studio warming gift.
Yep.
This is our first flavor.
Down the hatch.
No. We have
Flavor
to
number
get-
1.
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
I'm decorating the table.
So number 1. Here
okay.
we try it.
Number, we smell, remember?
Ooh.
Oh, I like it.
I like the smell.
I like the smell of it. Okay.
And I like the
That's
taste.
real good.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna
real
go. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go with a bubblegum flavor here. This tastes like a cotton candy
Cotton
bubblegum.
candy. I'll stick with straight cotton candy.
I say cotton candy. What
So
do we
what-
got? Show the camera. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't know if they can
Keep
read that.
going. Oh, it'll take a second. There you go. Turn it.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
What's it
What
say?
does it say? Bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
I
Josh
said bubblegum.
wins.
Very good.
Yep.
Josh wins.
Bubblegum is the first
And
one.
Rocket Fizz has their own brand, I guess.
It is Rocket Fizz Bubblegum.
Here, I better do
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Until yesterday, neither have I.
We should have marked our glasses.
I'll give them one at a time.
Okay. So I got that one right. I get a point. Ding for me.
Ding,
Yay.
Josh. Yay.
Ding, fries are done. So that was number 1.
It was very
Bubblegum.
good. I would
Actually-
drink
I
a
actually
bottle of
kind of
that.
like that
I
one.
would drink a bottle of that.
Faux bubblegum
You guys
is
remember,
easy
like,
to mimic.
You guys remember that we're going to get super
cup.
sugar rush after this?
This
Only
looks
you
like
get super sugar rushed.
Oh, whatever. All of us were just kind of like buzzed, like, woo.
I ate
sugar.
that bag of candy last night and I fell asleep
Yeah.
in 5 minutes.
bag o' candy. Yeah, we were watching Quarantine last night, and Brett was like,
Halloween candy.
"Candy."
Eating a
There's
nasty banana taffy.
Alex is like, "Do you want some candy?" Yes.
This looks like urine from
It
people
looks-
who are going through
Having-
chemo.
Oh,
No.
It smells terrible. It smells
Don't
terrible.
trust the color.
It smells like maple.
Smells like chocolate, actually.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh man, that's bad.
I'm gonna go with French toast on this one.
that is very.
That tastes like French toast to me. Oh, it's bacon with maple syrup. We've had regular bacon,
Yeah.
but we never had the maple syrup one.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say maple syrup. So yeah.
I can definitely taste
wanna
the
down one?
the
You
syrup.
You gotta shout it. No, it's your glass. You gotta down it. Down it. Just down
Do
it.
you wanna
Just
down
down
it?
it.
Okay.
Let me try it.
It's gross.
It's gross.
It
It's
is-
not like I like the.
It is pretty bad.
It's like, hey, try this. It's disgusting.
So the.
Really diluted maple syrup.
It does. It tastes like bubbly maple syrup. I don't really taste the bacon. Do you guys taste the
I
bacon?
didn't really find a hint of bacon.
I get the smokiness on an aftertaste. You guys doing chasers? I think I can't.
It's a palate cleanser,
Yeah,
not a
palate
chaser.
By the color of this, I'm wondering if we actually did this one before.
Like I said,
Whether we've done it before or not, well, I bet you we're still not gonna get it. Are we keeping tallies here?
Well, I mean, I got the first one right. You didn't say before we were
I said it
revealed.
smelled like chocolate, so I got it wrong.
Yeah, Brett, I don't know if you said anything about what that one was. I'm going to go on a limb for this one. Yeah. We've
Oh.
tried this one before.
We have.
Yeah, I'm going to not say what
Oh,
it is
man.
because I know what it is.
It smells disgusting.
That's okay. It's okay. Oh. Yeah, I knew that one. I know this one. So, you guys take a guess because I know what it
Tastes
is.
like-
Laundry soap.
Tastes like window cleaner.
It's cucumber.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like you went for Lester's Fixins on this one. But the only reason why I remember I bit my lip.
Blah blah.
The only reason why I remember that one is because the color was so off from what the flavor
So
is.
unique.
Yeah. So like a watery cucumber flavor.
I saw cucumber and went, yes.
No. I mean, Alex hates cucumber and
A
pickles.
little less in the glass, Jeff.
Yep.
Do you need me to finish yours, Alex? Because you look like you're struggling there.
It's nasty. All right, so we had cucumber. Ugh.
This one's harsh.
Ooh, I've got so many bubbles in my belly.
Ah.
If you are joining us on YouTube, we are doing our pre-show meeting right now with a special guest, my dad, who has got some new sodas for us to taste from Rocket Fizz.
Alex isn't paying attention.
Sorry.
She was explaining.
I'm splaining. So we're doing taste testing. Josh, Brett, and I have no idea. For the first time, the three of us have no idea what these sodas are. I'm already getting my sugar high right now. So we're smelling them, guessing what they are.
I
And
don't have
so
a great
forth.
nose, but I don't smell much in this.
Oh, I do. Hold on.
This one
Smells
smells
like Kool-Aid. Smells like red
strawberry or
Kool-Aid.
cherry like.
That did not taste like it smelled.
Hold on. Before you do a reveal, we gotta do a little.
1 second.
I gotta think about this one for a second here.
I don't know.
It's
It's not bad, but it's not.
It's
good.
what do you mean? It's not good.
I'm gonna go with a cherry licorice.
It is a Rocket Fizz product.
Okay.
Rocket Fizz.
I don't think we've had that before.
Hold on. What do you guys before?
What?
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm stumped.
I said a cherry licorice or a licorice or cherry.
Here we go.
I don't know. Red Hots.
What does that say?
I don't know.
Red licorice.
Red.
Oh my gosh! I still give you a
red.
point.
I think you got it.
I think you got
Holy
it.
cow!
I will give that to Josh.
Holy
Cherries
cow!
are red. I think. Yeah.
Well,
you got it.
wow.
I will give that to Josh.
I did not.
I'm also like rinsing my cup.
You know what
out.
is red licorice?
Red vines?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the
love
one
'em.
thing I didn't
Screw
see
you
in any
guys.
Halloween
Screw
candy
you guys
was
and
red
your
vines.
red vines.
They're
We were
too good
discussing
for
that.
Halloween candy.
One of
They're
the
too
girls
good for
at
'em.
work, by the way, we were discussing red vines and Twizzlers, and everyone's like, Twizzler, red vine. And I looked at Tanith, who's who's been a long time listener, and she's like, you guys did that episode not too long ago.
It probably came up on either or. Give me your cup.
Bad manners. Good. Good stuff.
Oh my god.
This one's
excuse
yellow.
me.
This is what my
That
This is
sounded
what
like
my-
I drank like a Coca-Cola. Like
Finish the story.
Oh, we were just arguing. She's like, you guys did that episode not too far back. Isn't Josh the one that likes red vines? And it's like, yeah.
so is Brett.
I do.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
I'm
I
the
just
red vine
remember
champion.
And then she looked at me and she's like, yeah, that's crazy. That's disgusting.
Mine's gonna have a little bit of licorice in this because I didn't finish mine in all the way. I guess
Woo!
it had a little
I'm
bit on
seeing
the
dots.
bottom. You seeing dots because of sugar or what?
Yeah. All right. This one.
Oh, that's. Oh, what is that?
Oh my god!
I'm afraid to drink that.
Shoot it, Brad. It's a shot. I want to see you shoot it. 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 Shoot it.
Oh.
All right, here I go.
I'm
Over
not.
the river and through the lips. Watch out, stomach.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Wait, who said that? Michael Scott?
Michael Scott.
That is some kind of bad.
Oh.
I'm not even sure that's food.
I don't wanna.
Are you going in like from okay to worse.
Just
Random.
Uh,
Oh, she spit it back.
any guesses?
Eggs.
Is it eggs? It could be eggs.
that's. I'm gonna go with eggs as well, like rotten. If there's anything,
Mustard. I
mustard.
can taste it. I can taste the mustard.
Are you okay?
I seriously about puked.
Man, that'd have been
Pour
good.
it down the drain.
That'd
Go
have
pour
been
it in
funny.
the. Go pour it in the sink. I'm not down in that.
I will dispose of it.
That
No, you guys stay on camera.
that
Go pour
was
that down the sink. That is
horrendous.
disgusting. That was. I don't know what's worse. I think that one is the worst.
You know,
compared to ranch.
It really, now that I think about it, oh, that's mustard. It's not that bad.
No, it's bad. I let it.
You know what? If I was,
It's
if I
like,
had, if I had
it's like
that as
this
a,
much in my tongue. Tasted it.
Can I talk on the pre-show, Alex?
What were you gonna say?
If I was eating a hot dog and drinking that, I could probably stomach that.
No
because-
way.
No way.
No way. It's not a replacement for actual mustard.
We have two more.
Two more. Oh my. We should put like a burp warning on this.
That's why I backed away from the mic. That was.
Man, that really upset my stomach. That was.
And you hate mustard.
I hate mustard.
I did a little rinsey.
So
Can
none
you
of
put that over there.
none of us got that one right.
No,
No, I think you've gotten 3 so far.
it tasted like death.
It did. That was worse than ranch. I think
it
I
tastes
can.
like death. You can't eat it with a hot dog.
Well, if I had something else to like, I don't know. I'm not gonna state my
I can't
case.
stop burping. That was disgusting.
As they can
I don't
see,
know if this one's any better.
They
Yes.
don't know.
This one's pretty bad too.
Okay.
Oh,
No, no,
I don't wanna.
no.
Is it worse?
it's not worse, but
It's not worse, but it's
every
not
bit as bad,
It's
probably.
not good.
It's not as bad as the other one.
I mean, I'm gonna finish it, but it. My stomach's already turning from the mustard.
I have no idea what that is, but it ain't good.
You want fresh? You got any water or anything?
No. What are you
Oh.
doing?
Any guesses?
I gotta go.
Ow, I need to freshen my palate.
Fall.
Hold on.
Let me think about this one.
Like I feel like I've tasted this one before.
Oh boy.
Oh man,
I
that's
don't know
not
what that
good.
could mean. That
Um,
reaction.
I'm gonna go with the.
I know.
poop.
God, I hope not.
Did you say poop?
It's poop again.
It's poop again. I'm gonna go with
tastes like oil, like what you would think, like you smell oil or some kind of like rust or something from a car. Like
No.
that's what it.
dirt.
All right.
I don't think it's food.
I have no idea.
You ready?
I don't think it's food.
Big reveal.
Can't place it.
Ah!
Holy crap, Josh!
Are you serious? See, I told you I was like, I don't think it's food. I think it's some
But
type.
it doesn't even smell like dirt.
I get like ground.
Like
up
I
no,
told
it's-
you, I was like, it
alright.
kind of the way
I
that-
don't know these flavors at all. Like we're not like
You can see. This is how every one of them had come in.
they are all
You
sealed.
cannot see.
I haven't seen the label. Even when he's been holding it up, I can barely read them.
See, you can't see them.
I'm
Great.
not looking forward
This
to
was
that
a
color.
greenish yellow one.
This
Could
one,
All right,
be-
here you go. Dump
Could
mine.
be actual urine.
Here, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
I
Dump-
win,
dump mine in, like,
man.
Yeah, you did.
You
You,
rinse out all
Yeah,
your-
yeah. Let's do
you
that.
did win.
Okay.
Let's
You
hope
have
this-
How
won.
did you guess dirt? Like I guessed like motor oil. Like I was like, man, if you were to put a screw, like a used screw in your mouth.
Do you do that often?
No, I'm trying to like like that's what it tastes
That's how
like.
she shines them up before she puts them into the furniture.
Dude, like putting screws into this right now, like I'm thinking about that, and it's like a rusty screw. So dirt.
How did you get dirt?
I think we've had that one before.
We've
No,
not had
no,
dirt.
we
No, we
haven't
never
had
did dirt?
No
No.
way.
Oh,
No. I don't
I
think
know we
we've
did
had
grass.
we've not
this
had
shirt is very tight on
we've
me.
not had mustard.
We've not had mustard. We've not had dirt. We've
That
not had.
okay, so the two top flavors that we have done that I've like
Oh, no, I'm okay.
about thrown up have been mustard and ranch.
Do you need more water?
Do I need more water? No, we have one more, right?
Final one.
Final one. That I've got enough.
Okay.
What are you trying to cheers or what are you?
No.
Looked like
He's
you were
gonna
coming.
dump.
You were coming on the corner to like
Make sure there's-
cheers.
We'll make sure there's no watering.
Oh, okay.
Do you recall whose glass
I'm actually
was
going to
whose?
take some of your water.
Okay.
We've shared drinks before. It's okay. I'm certain that we will
Okay.
survive.
We've got one more soda to taste test,
And it
then
looks
we're gonna.
terrible, to be honest.
It does. Looks like Mountain Dew, really.
Mellow yellow.
It's definitely not that.
It's definitely not that.
Unless he would be like, "Hey, surprise!
You know,
gotta."
you should have left the mustard for last.
Oh no, it's all bad. It's all
I
bad.
wrapped them and numbered them. I didn't know what was what when I numbered them.
Are you okay?
Oh, I know what this is. I think we've had this.
Excuse me.
Oh no.
This one doesn't smell
This
bad.
one's popcorn or butter. I can't do any more than I just did, but that's what it is.
That doesn't taste that bad.
I'm pretty sure we've had it.
It's
if
like
it's
a
what it
sweet
is.
corn.
Butter.
I've tasted this. Was that the one that I said before with the dirt? Did I say I've tasted this one before?
Yes.
It was dirt.
What kid didn't eat dirt at
Yeah,
some
exactly.
point?
Hold on, I'm not done.
Hold on.
I couldn't tell you.
I know I ate dog food.
if
I don't know if I ever ate dirt.
Maybe.
I mean, it's gotta be. It's not butter.
It is butter.
Is it butter?
It's popcorn.
I said that. Butter or
It is.
popcorn. Butter.
Butter's, I can't.
I can't. There it is.
I suck at this. I give myself half a point for the dirt.
No, why?
Because
You
some-
said
Why?
rust.
Just because you've eaten it?
What was the first one?
First one was.
That was good.
It was
That was a blue one.
Leave that one here.
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum, that was it.
bubblegum.
I want to see you take a sip out of the bottle of the mustard.
Okay.
Or you think he's not going to?
Yeah, I want you to
Ugh.
be on film and do it.
Oof, dude.
Like, here, get down.
Hi, everybody.
You're good.
Okay, get
You're
down.
Good. You're good.
All right, now I want you to turn to the side so people can see that you're drinking it. And take a gulp of that and
That's
don't throw
just-
up on my new floor.
Disgusting, man, it's gross. Right? My thought exactly.
Are you serious? That's disgusting. You take
You
that
took
home.
a second one.
That's disgusting. Ew.
I'm not. I'm going like this way.
Yeah, right.
Ew.
It's ugh.
That is. How did you even? Ugh. That seriously, like,
You about threw up.
yeah, I'm not joking. Like, it went from here to like right back up.
So her-
That's yummy, and I want a sip of it.
Well, finish your butter first.
I'm finishing the butter.
I'm gonna pour some in
Oh,
my
man.
glass.
That's good. That one's really good.
So Rocket Fizz actually just opened up.
You know, it's a candy store, too.
Yeah.
It is.
I
want to
go see the candy.
They have a lot of unique
There's a
candies
lot
there
of
too.
candy.
I know.
A lot of retro candy.
Yep.
Brett, do you want some candy?
I do. Yes. Well, here's the list.
So the list, I
Go
got
down the
3
list
out of
again?
the 7.
So number 1 was bubblegum. Number 2 is baking soda with maple syrup. Number 3 was cucumber. Number 4 was red licorice. 5 mustard. 6 dirt. 7 butter.
See, I didn't count myself for cucumber because we had that one before, or else I would have had 4.
I got a list and cucumber wasn't on it. So.
That's okay. That was one of our first ones, so I never forget the terrible ones. So
We should have done this after the podcast. I'm
no, you'll be all sugared up. All right, so this is going to end our pre-show. We're going to run into our countdown real quick, and we're going to
Thank
start
you,
the
Jeff,
podcast
for,
out. Thank you very much, Jeff, for joining
emceeing
us.
that.
Yeah.
Happy podcast room. Anyone say induction or?
Introduction.
Introduction. Yeah.
Adduction.
Debut.
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 Many more podcasts to come.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead
And decorations.
You're really like stuck on.
Well,
that,
it just like it looks really like plain. I'm
It's
not used
okay.
to it. It
It's
doesn't look
okay.
as professional as we usually have it.
So we're gonna start up the podcast, and you guys don't have to go anywhere. You can just stay right there for the YouTube, and we're gonna start our show. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Yeah.
There were little rods
that people
You.
do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me.
It's time for either or.
You take it and then you just go like this.
Ding. Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
$1 million butt. When you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do
okay.
it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right now. Have a portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you gonna
travel
go with
with
it?
it on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? Do they got an outlet
well,
on
I
an
don't know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6
4
hours.
hours.
4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that Switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
what
if
do you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that
The
because they...
reason for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. So I think we can all agree that you just don't want to drink mustard.
absolutely not, dude. That's the most disgusting thing ever. That's on Alex. You're good. Welcome to the show, Alex. Drinking mustard was probably the worst thing I've experienced.
Wasn't, for the record, actual mustard.
No, but it sucked anyway.
So as you can see, if you're watching this is a new room. And
It
a new
is.
table with a chair that won't hurt my butt.
And a table that hopefully you won't break.
I hope you know during my Twitch stream today, Patrick came
Somebody
on.
talked about my butt.
Yes. Patrick got on and he's like,
talked
"Oh,
about
look
your
at the
butt."
new podcast room," and I was like, "Yeah, we got new table chairs." He's like, "Oh, so we won't hear about Brett complaining about his butt anymore."
That's right. That's right. I dig the setup.
Are you going to do an actual intro?
Oh, I should. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 184.
So, new
And
studio.
milestone. You got to mention the milestone.
Yep, new studio.
No, that's not the milestone.
It's getting there. So not only is this a new studio, we had a very interesting pre-show too. So if you guys are audio listeners, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. We did a soda taste test on our pre-show. But the milestone is we've been streaming for 1 year now, like full streaming. You know, that's how we set up our podcast, is streaming and doing a recording. So, yep, that makes our milestone pretty big because not a lot of people go this long. As long as we have gone, you know, when you ever think about podcasts, a lot of people give up after a couple of years. We've been going 3.5.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I'm a burp.
I know.
We drank a lot of
there
carbonation.
we drank a lot of pop.
Yep. So, yeah, it's a pretty big milestone.
But yeah, so let's move into this. It's our happy streaming birthday. So yeah, let's move into our show.
Let's just talk about the move and everything.
Oh God.
So I do have to say that.
I did not watch Terminator.
Well, you didn't. You didn't watch anything.
I didn't watch or do anything.
You did not go see a movie.
No.
As I said, you would not be able to do.
It wasn't because of the move, though.
Yes, it was.
No, it was because of the birthday party.
Do you honestly think if you didn't have the birthday party, you would have gone and saw a movie?
Maybe.
We actually discussed it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
We just ran into, like, we celebrated your uncle's 50th yesterday. Had we not had that going on, we would have had plenty of time.
We would have had
available
plenty of
for
time
us.
to do it.
You would have rather have gone to see a movie rather than kind of finished unpacking.
We're kind of done.
We're kind.
Now you're kind of done. Were you off today?
She didn't unpack
I
today.
didn't do. Today was my day off.
Yesterday, I finished up. I streamed yesterday morning, and then we went and did the whole birthday stuff. We did a whole bunch of setting up for the birthday, and then we came back here, and we didn't really hang out too long. And then we went back to the birthday party, and then we came back here to watch our movie, and that was that. We were going to go back to the birthday party again for the third time.
So, like, when I left, you left. I saw you turn around.
Did you see us do a circle?
Did you just not go?
Well, it's because what we were going for had already happened.
And it was supposed to happen in 15 minutes.
I see.
They rushed it.
They
so
did
I
it.
was
They
like-
did it ahead of time.
So then you just went.
So we're like, well, okay.
I think you're better off. I'm not. I could tell you guys did not want to go, not because you didn't want to go, but you were just.
We were,
bent.
we were tired, but
Josh, you had mentioned you were ready to go to bed right then.
At 9 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Well,
It was
and
about
again, we
9.
had the time change this weekend, so
bleh.
it is actually, it was actually 10 o'clock.
I was wondering why I was feeling so rested Sunday morning because I had forgotten all about daylight savings time. So I started up my Twitch stream and I was like, man, I feel great. And I was like, when's daylight savings time? And Rob was in the chat and he's like, already happened, bud. I was like, oh, well, that makes me look like a real dumbass.
Real quick story about daylight savings time. So I was at work today, and this woman said, my friend's daughter just had twins on Saturday night, and the one was born at about 10 to 2, and the other one came 5 minutes after 2, but the time changed. So technically, on the birth certificate, she's
like an hour.
like an hour older, but she was born second.
Wow.
Like, oh, that's enough just to make you lose your mind.
No, the New Year's is another thing, or leap
New
year.
Year's,
Yeah.
Like if you ever
leap
think
year.
about being born on a leap year, like February 29th, you only get to celebrate every 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like.
Do we have leap year this year?
I don't know.
2020?
You want me to look it up? Does
I
it
don't know.
really-
I can't remember the last time we had a leap
I
year.
honestly don't know either.
I'll just type in the next leap year. Next.
I don't remember how you remember.
Wow.
If there was like some way.
Uh,
I feel like it should be.
leap year will begin on January 1st, 2020. Yep. So we
Oh.
have a leap year this year. Very good, Alex.
Let's
We didn't talk about the move at all.
let's talk about the actual move. So
Yeah.
I came over on what day did I come to your old apartment?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And I was
Night.
surprised to see you. Like I didn't expect you to show up. One thing you said is make sure you have everything packed before I help. And I was like, I just don't want you to bust my balls on that because that wasn't
No,
our
I
official
thought
moving
everything
day.
was everything I had to move was packed.
Yes.
Yes.
And I wasn't standing around waiting for stuff to be ready to be carried out.
Right.
That
right.
was my main goal.
That
Like,
was my goal too.
Yeah.
Was
And-
to have somebody come over and just I hand them a box and they load it.
Yes.
Yes. And it was during the rain.
It was raining. It was
and-
just nasty.
Ugh,
Wednesday. I think
cold.
Wednesday night was the worst.
I think Thursday was worse. Well, you were
Well,
at
I
work
didn't help. No, I was trick or treating.
and you were trick or treating, so you didn't do a lot of the moving.
But
on
I still think
Thursday.
Wednesday it was. I mean, I know that Thursday was colder, but it was just nasty.
It was nasty.
It was soaking wet on Wednesday versus Thursday was. It was just cold.
Oh my gosh. Are you gonna burp?
Keep burping.
So on Wednesday, I got home from work and we started getting everything packed. Alex had the truck come in and we were getting everything loaded on. And the first thing we had on was the couch, the heavy leather couch that we no longer have. We got rid of that. Rob has that now, so we're like, we don't want to deal with this one anymore. It's way too much. It's way too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So and then we started doing we did all the heavy stuff as much as we could right away.
Because
And-
Jake and I were both there.
Yeah. And right as soon as we got I would say maybe about half of our apartment loaded on.
More than half.
More than half on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I'd say like 3/4.
And speaking of that, so once that was done, we decided to go eat.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we did.
I forgot that we did that.
Yeah,
Holy,
we
it's
went
been
to,
a week.
We went to
So-
Wingstop.
We tried Wingstop, which I guess is more common other places than Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
We
Fort
tasted
Wayne
it in
just
Chicago.
got one. You guys tasted it in Chicago. It was not what I expected.
Good or bad?
Well, let's just talk about how the setup is. It's more like a fast food, kind of like a Jimmy John's
Mhm.
or a Jersey Mike's.
I don't like
Five
that
Guys.
setting.
It's like Five Guys.
Yeah, but I would argue that
No, it's less
I think
restaurant than
I
Five
think it's
Guys.
less. Yes.
Yeah, it's less welcoming.
Well, but when you think about the process at Five Guys, it could be very similar.
I feel like it's the same thing.
it
They don't serve you at
probably
Five
is.
Guys.
Right.
They call your
That's
name.
true. They
so they
don't,
served
and
us.
Oh.
They did serve us.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is more
More
restaurant.
restauranty. So as far as the food itself, they were fine. I didn't think they were great.
I think they're better than B-dubs.
Really?
The wings are. Well, you had traditional. We have boneless. They're better boneless than B-dubs.
Okay.
So I'll say that right
the
off the bat.
fries were good, but they
Just-
could have stayed in the fryer for another minute or two. They were just a little too mush.
Yeah, they
for
were
me.
very
They-
mush.
They needed to crisp up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do like, and just like Five Guys, that they have the smart Coke machines.
Yeah, and that's going to be very common everywhere nowadays. You're going to see Coke machines like that have your own flavor change.
Yeah.
And it really takes away from the experience of, hey, Mountain Dew is releasing a peach flavor this year, by the way. And if they had the Pepsi machine that's just like that, you can do Mountain Dew flavors across the board.
Sure.
So
I don't know if I would go back just because I'm my routine of the places I go now is so set.
it's pretty far away from where it's out of your way.
It's really just not.
It's not even a dating
close.
scene. Like you wouldn't even take a date there.
No, it's just very casual.
Very casual. Yeah, I would probably get takeout if I was
Yeah,
driving by.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's definitely not a place to sit.
yeah. I mean,
It is
it
because
was
we
nothing-
did, but
There was nothing wrong with that in that aspect of the atmosphere, but it wouldn't be one that I would just be like, hey, let's go there, because the dining area is actually really small. The whole place was really kind of small.
It is. Yes.
that's how
Just a long rectangle.
that's how
of a
it's
room.
built.
It looked exactly the same
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the one that we went to. So we did that on Wednesday, and then Thursday I took off from work, and Alex went to work, and at about 11 o'clock I started putting boxes on the truck just on my own, moved the truck next to the apartment and did it all on my own, and started boxing that up, and then packing up as much as I could. And by the time you got off work at like 4:30, you said what's left, and I said, well, we've got still a little bit of the studio left to pack up, and just a little bit of the living room, and of course the bathroom, which you wanted. And then you went trick-or-treating.
Oh my god.
So you can talk about that right now. So we're just going to talk about our whole week, like our move in mixed with everything else. So talk about trick-or-treating, Alex.
So Thursday was Halloween, and for the first time in my 30 years, especially most of my 30 years has been spent here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. For the first time ever on the radio about, I think it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it was already starting to sleet and get really nasty outside, and they postponed, is what they said. They postponed and rescheduled Halloween,
Yep.
Well, the trick or treating hours.
which is Halloween.
It's not the actual
They changed Halloween.
holiday.
They changed
though.
Halloween. That's what they did. But they got on the radio. They announced it everywhere around 1 o'clock. Hey, just to let you know, there's not going to be any trick-or-treating in Fort Wayne tonight. All of the other places that are indoors, like the mall or some trunk or treats and things like that,
Sure.
you'd have to check with those to see if they're still doing it. But they said pretty much the only local place that'd still be doing it for Halloween would be the mall.
Indoors.
Indoors, and that they'd be rescheduling it for Saturday night from 5 to 7 or something like that. So everybody at work started freaking out. They're like, well, I have I had taken off early. I had already put in my request, and I was like, well, either way, I'm still going to try to take my nephew trick-or-treating because he's going to be at his dad's this weekend. And I totally sewed a costume together. I'm going to go. So my first idea was to go to a church trunk or treat that I was told to go to. And my sister just said, hey, you know what? Let's go to the mall. I said, okay. Well, everybody, that saying, everybody and their mom. Well, it's
Yeah.
everybody and their family. was at the mall.
It was
like
packed.
in costume.
It was packed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Everybody was in costume.
That probably made it fun, didn't it?
For the first like 5-10 minutes seeing people in costume, but we were there for just over an hour, and pretty much there was just a line around the mall, like where you would walk up against they had it so that way people were up against the entrances to the stores, so that way there was a walkway for people to get around.
Right.
But you were just waiting in line, step, pause. You would get there, and there would be it's supposed to be every store was handing out candy, so you'd get like a crap ton of candy. We got there were hundreds of people, probably even 1,000 people
They
there.
ran out of candy.
And I think in an hour out of like 20 stores that we passed by, we got 5 stores and probably 5 pieces of candy.
Oh my!
I'm not joking.
That's not even worth it.
Terrible.
There were so many kids complaining and let's do this and oh my gosh, I only got this. Jeremy tried grabbing more than one piece and like, sorry, we don't have enough to hand out more than one. We'd get to when we think we'd get to the next store handing out candy, there would be a big sign that says all out.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not trick or treating.
Well,
Terrible.
sounds like it was poor planning.
Well,
Well,
no, they weren't expecting all of Fort Wayne.
yeah,
to
they
go.
weren't expecting all of Fort Wayne to
But
go.
you have to consider where are people going to go for indoor trick or treating.
Yeah, so
Right.
one of the people that I work with, the original place I was going to go was her church, and she has a good turnout every year, and they said, rain or shine, we will be doing it, and it's going to be inside. She told me, and it was right across the street from where we lived, so I said to my sister, you know what, I've texted her, she said there's a good turnout, and we're going to get way more than 5 pieces of candy, and Jeremy's going to get upset if he gets only 5 pieces. I was about to go to the store and just buy a big bag and get it to him.
Sure.
It was getting that bad.
Like, it was getting that bad. And I was like, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm like, this isn't trick or treat. Like, he was having more fun watching people with costumes. But he's like, are we at the next one yet? Are we going to get more candy? And sure enough, we go to we get outside. We have to walk 1,000,000 miles away from the mall because that's where we park because
Right.
everyone's there.
Right.
Now it's raining/sleeting and windy as hell. And it's 30 degrees. It's freaking cold.
It was bad.
And we get in there, we drive, we get to the church. Luckily, we get right in. I don't even know how we did. We got there, and then we had to wait outside for like 10 minutes in a line. That sucked.
Oh.
And then to the point where my sister wasn't really wearing much. She was in like a Velma costume.
Right.
So she didn't have a coat on, but I at least did. And Jeremy started shaking, and he's only 7. So I took my arms and my coat and I wrapped myself around him to like get him warm because he was just in a little Sonic costume. And because we were planning on being indoors.
Right.
So we got inside. Everything, that place was amazing. We both left with like my sister filled her pockets full of stuff. And on top of that, you got to get a ticket when you got in and vote for the best decorative table. And there was a whole bunch of different themes like Nintendo and Mario and Ninja Turtles and Star Wars. Like there was people went all out for this, and everyone was super nice. And for if there was too long of a not a gap, but a long area where there wasn't giving out candy, people were stepping out of line, or not out of line, but out of their table and going and giving kids candy to keep them entertained.
Sure.
So, and I got a free toothbrush. They're like, these are for the adults. Here you go. And I was like, wow, thanks. That's nice. Emergency toothbrush.
Yes.
But we got back. When we got into the church, it was, like I said, raining/sleeting and windy and cold. We got out an hour later, and it was snowing.
Yeah.
It was snowing, like sticking, and there was like a sheet of snow on the ground.
And you called me and said, how much you got done? I said, we are done.
I said, we're done.
Yep, we got everything into the truck. Your dad and I were all stars. Your dad, I'm going to give him 100% props. He's the real MVP of the move because he's the one that is highly motivated to move stuff.
You do know that that's like...
I know, but this is like, I'm calling it out saying, good job. Like, for real. He was like, all right, what's next? All right, what's next? All right, what's next? Where I was like moseying along like, yeah, we'll get this done eventually. And he's like, all right, let's do the next one. Let's do the next one. It's like, wow, he is motivated.
Well, aren't you? You're glad though.
I am very glad. I thank him very much for that. He helped out a lot.
Well,
and he
that's
drove the truck too. So I mean, and that was really
I didn't
nice.
want to drive.
I didn't want to drive it either. I don't have any experience with bigger vehicles than a full size van.
Well, I mean, your dad's truck is like a moving truck,
Yeah.
and my experience was that as I hit a patch of ice and did a 360.
Yeah, you did a 360 on ice in
And it's
South
like, oh, I'm
Dakota.
never driving that thing again.
So, and then on Friday we moved here, and it was sunny and just a little chilly. We took off our sweatshirts as we were moving. It wasn't wet. It was great.
We we did it in
Inside of a couple hours.
almost record time.
Yeah.
I would say record time.
Yeah, we got everything in, and yeah.
Here's the deal with Josh and I moving. This is almost an inside joke. Actually, it is an inside joke now. For anybody who has ever helped us move ever. Every single time Josh and I have ever moved,
It's rained.
the day that we are moving things into the truck, the moment even.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it could be sunny outside. Like this happened the day we moved in Chicago, for our Chicago apartment. It was beautiful, sunny, and it was as soon as we opened the truck door, downpour. And
Yep.
I'm not joking, the moment we pulled the last thing off the truck, sun.
It's a story that we talk about all the time.
All
and it's
the
truth.
time. And same exact thing happened this time to the point where, and my dad's helped us out move almost, I think every time.
Well, when we moved into our place in our other place here
Yeah.
6 years ago,
It was raining.
It was raining.
Yes.
Yes.
And my dad texted me that morning when we went to go get the truck and was like, who would have thought rain? And I'm like, yep, it's raining again. We have such bad luck moving.
Yep. And so we moved everything in here, and I didn't get to streaming on Saturday morning because Alex told me not to unpack the studio Friday night.
We were exhausted.
I could have done it.
He says that, but he looked at me and he's like, should I stream?
I believe
and I said
he
no.
could have, but you're trying to do too much.
We were
Yeah.
beat.
Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how
and
beat.
considering like he was thinking of unpacking and setting it up that was like 8:30 at night. The next day when he actually set this up and I was doing the kitchen and the other room, I think it was 2.5 hours at least of him figuring that out and setting it
The
up.
main
believe
thing was my electronics, trying to figure out the HDMI to DVI combination that I've had set up to where I can run all these 3 screens on my computer. So I was sitting there doing math, like if I do this cord here and this cord here.
Almost like that meme,
I about punched a wall.
but that one
With the math?
With the math.
The girl
Chop
looking
on that.
around, yeah. So that was our move.
Let's as part of the weekend and I guess the move or the end of the move.
Yeah.
We watched Quarantine.
Yes, we did. So let's talk about our movie club.
Before we do that, can I talk about maintenance this morning?
Sure.
Just
What?
as like part of the move, because Brett hasn't heard this.
Okay.
So there was a list of things that we made.
Our walls are thick.
Our
Okay.
walls are freaking thick. We can't hear anything. Like
yeah,
if-
but you can hear the doorway is the threshold.
yes.
That's the only
yeah,
thing.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So, but we're now on 1 floor compared to 2 floors.
Right.
So anyway, so today was my day off, my day to sleep, rest, do whatever. So day 1, there was 2 doors that were off the hinges and a couple lights that needed fixed. And I went down to the office and handed him a little slip. She said, okay, I'll put this in. She didn't tell me when maintenance was coming over or anything. I just figured, hey, she'd call and say, hey, you know what? Is it okay if they come over now and fix it? And sure enough, this morning at I think it was like 9:20, usually about the time I start opening my eyes anyway, but I hear maintenance.
Oh
Maintenance.
shit! Were they
And-
in the apartment?
Yes, and I am in bed, and Layla even looked at me like, "What? What is?" Because usually Layla hears somebody like open the door, and she will like bolt. Woo!
When you turned in the slip, did they ask you if it was okay if they came in?
No.
While you weren't there.
No. So later, I'll explain in just a second. But anyway, so I'm out, and I'm like,
Are you decent?
no, I'm not. So I jump out of bed, and luckily, like I got hot, and I took my stuff off in the middle of the night, so they're still on the floor. And so I just threw like my stuff on. My hair is all a mess, and I stick my head out, like what the heck? And I stick my head out, and there's 2 guys in my living room, like they flipped my switch on. They like
Ooh, yeah,
they're
that would
like
be
"Hello?"
unsettling.
Yeah, they're like hello, like, and they were super confused. Like I saw that they were there, threw Layla in the bedroom and shut the door. I'm like, oh my god, thank God she didn't go out.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you have an order? Like, as in, like, did you know we were coming? And I was like, oh, yeah, there's a couple doors that need fixed. And I was, like, super tired. And they were really silent. They were really young. They just fixed the stuff, and they're like, okay. And then they left. And so this new place that we're at, everything is online.
Yeah.
Like there's a portal and everything.
Yeah.
So I went to go see how do I put in a work order, and it looked like everything right now is sent through my email and not text. So I went to my email, and at 8:22 it said your work order has been approved. We'll be over soon, pretty much.
Yep.
At 8:30 in the morning. So the front desk probably put the order in, and then
sure.
they saw it and just went, okay, she put an order in.
Well, you turned it in on Friday, so it was probably on the top of the list on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is on the work order form, it says, like, there's a little box that you have to check that says, by checking this box, you are allowing full permission of maintenance to come
Sure.
in and blah, 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 blah. And then, yeah. And it said, if you want to schedule time, call the office. Don't check this box.
Right.
So she just put it in, and, I mean, yeah, luckily I was home.
So because you weren't informed of this portal, it's lucky you were home.
Yes.
And it's lucky Layla didn't hear anything.
Well, I mean, I don't think she would have done anything. She just would have barked like crazy, and they probably would have left knowing, because there is a part in our lease that says if they come over, all animals must be in a locked, either a
that-
kennel or a bedroom.
She doesn't exactly instill fear in people.
No,
Her
but
bark does.
but if I was somebody that was coming into a random apartment and I saw a dog coming after me and I don't know it,
She's barely a dog.
she is still a dog and has teeth.
She can bite your ankles real
Yes.
hard.
They're not. I think that's. I don't know. They were just super. You could tell they were confused as why I was like, "Hello, what's going on?"
Anyways.
So yeah, that happened this morning. I jumped out of bed naked, pretty much. I was like, "What the heck? There's somebody gonna come in my bedroom."
So we're going to talk about the movie club now. So what the movie club is, every single week we choose a movie to watch. At least 1/3 of us has not seen it. And for the month of October, we were doing horror films. And this is our last horror film for the month of October. And I chose Quarantine off of, that was a list of what people were recommending. So we're going to do another recommendation month sometime. Brett seems to really want to do something, one of his own. So we're not going to do that yet.
I just said I had one picked.
Okay.
Oh.
So we'll have another month where we can have people recommend. Actually, you know what? It doesn't. If you guys recommend movies, seriously, recommend them in our chat. Tweet at us, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, even if it's a horror movie that we
Anything.
didn't get to,
Yeah.
throw it down.
or any film. It doesn't have to be horror films. So for this month or for this week, we did Quarantine, which this movie came out in 2008 and is a found footage film that stars Jennifer Carpenter. So we're gonna go into depth about this. Spoiler alert for a 11-year-old movie. And since we're gonna do what we always do, we're gonna start with Brett and go around the table. So
I don't really care for it.
you didn't care for it.
I like the found footage stuff,
Okay.
but
Have you seen
shouldn't say-
Cloverfield?
No.
Okay.
You've asked me that 100 times.
Do I?
Yes, because it's like your favorite movie.
Not anymore.
I guess I shouldn't say it wasn't a bad movie,
Yeah.
and the hysterical parts are believable. Like Jennifer Carpenter does an amazing
I think
job
she's-
I was
She's a
actually
good
thinking the way
actress.
she was acting, and I'm like, she's making herself like
Especially
hyperventilate.
when she's in the dark.
Oh my god.
And she's like, like she's like
I mean,
freaking out.
You wouldn't be surprised in a real life scenario how being that terrified you could pass out.
Oh my god. The breathing.
Well, with your adrenaline being that high in the moment of a fight or flight situation like that, I don't think you would.
But
It's hard to say.
You can't flight in the dark.
No, but
I'm gonna get out of here.
no, but you
I
will.
can't see shit.
Whether you can or not, you will try in a life or death situation.
She wasn't trying. She was standing there.
Pretty much.
I will say that this does not have a high rating. It's about a 60% on Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes. So
Well, I mean, it's a horror movie. They don't usually get high ratings.
there's Exorcist is way
It.
up there, and It
Chapter 1.
won.
Well, that's because that's an amazing movie.
Yeah. So you didn't care for it.
It was fun.
It was fine. Okay.
But I definitely like Blair Witch better.
Okay, so I liked how I think you did it too. But Josh and I, the first time we watched this, every time, especially like when the old woman gets hit in the face real quick with the
Oh,
like
with
she,
the
With the
camera?
sledgehammer just pop.
no, not that.
When they're running out of her Espinosa's apartment.
And
the
no, the
third
cameraman just
time.
like it hits her real quick.
Oh, yeah.
They kept on going back to her apartment the entire time. It's like, stop going in
Oh,
to the
the-
infected woman's apartment.
The cop finally put her down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so the guy in the attic, he was ground patient 0,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And what caused it? Did I miss that part?
Rats.
Rats.
So what? The rats bit him,
Rats got out.
or wasn't he
He
like
was making
experimenting?
something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
he
basically
was
what they were
experimenting
showing.
on rats, and then the rats got out and into that first apartment that you
Right.
saw. The rats were
Okay. And
all of the how do I put this? All of the newspaper clippings were plot devices.
Yeah.
So basically, when you saw those at the end, and there you have to really spot the wording saying, the
One of the
CDC
things
is
said,
warning
like,
about this thing
It's
being
an
broken into.
Armageddon virus. It was
Mhm.
on one of the
Okay.
things. Yeah.
Yep. So what happened was rats he was putting that into rats, and rats were being either let go or escaped. I'm gonna guess
So,
they're being let go.
Plot hole. How did they know to shut down this place?
The CDC tracked the dog
The
that had
dog.
the infection.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't remember that.
Not
You're
plot
right.
hole. They actually had this plot really sealed.
They did.
If you
They
think
did.
about it.
Okay, I will say this. They said, was the dog's name Max? That is like the most common freaking dog name in the world.
True.
Did it just so
But-
happen to be Max?
But
or...
to call out the name, out of all the names that a dog's name could be, and it was right.
agree.
I mean,
I-
it still puts it there.
I looked at
no,
it.
no,
I'm
the
like,
dog also had an address tag.
Yeah.
The dad took the dog
I know,
into the
but
vet.
it's so like cliche that it's like, was it Max?
I think it's just to like duh the audience that this is the dog, basically.
Or it's like saying, is it Buddy or Shadow? Like, like the.
This
Lucky.
does
Lucky?
have the Crazies kind of has this feel to it.
Yeah.
The Crazies is not found footage, but it is a
Right.
virus that gets infected, and then the CDC quarantines a whole town or
The,
county, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So this movie is a remake. It's a Spanish film called Wreck.
Yes,
Okay.
which I didn't realize it was a remake.
Yes, and they've sequeled that a few times too. And yeah, I think that the transformation of a person into a zombie was really freaky in this movie.
I really liked how they laid down all of the right info about rabies.
Yes,
All
and
the-
that's not that
I know,
difficult
but
to
like
look up.
all of the correlation and stuff with it, like they made it very real life.
Right. There was some fabrication there where it's like it was a sped up rabies. Does rabies really take months?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he
Like
said
to show
it
symptoms.
can
Oh.
show-
Once
or
you
it
start
can take
showing
months.
symptoms, it's fatal. It can't be treated.
Well, crap. What if you have rabies right now and don't know it?
Well,
that's why
hopefully if you
you
get-
bit
yeah.
by a stray animal, go get it checked.
You have to go get
so
checked.
so there were two patient, I say 1 and 2, except be Espinoza and the skinny chick, and both of them I guess had rats in their room. So
Because
they were
Scott-
bit by those.
You saw them like it's a quick pan, but you saw there was one room Espinoza. There's one scene where there is a rat that
Yeah.
is like eaten almost alive, and then in the other one there's
it was right next to that mug.
and the guy stomped on it.
Yeah.
So in 2 rooms.
Scott.
Yes, the cameraman.
I
So,
really didn't think
Go ahead.
this was scary. What there
What?
was
I
a,
think
there
it
was
was
a
more
couple
jump scares.
jump scares. It was
oh,
eerie.
man.
Like when the little girl turned, that was
Ooh.
like, oh, damn.
And when the firefighter fell,
oh yeah, that came out of nowhere.
you were like, oh shit.
and then when he get up and his legs all broken, I couldn't watch that part.
Oh yeah, and they're all foaming at the mouth and stuff. Yeah, it was.
I think for when we were teenagers or young watching it, it was very.
So you weren't scared?
No.
I don't think I was honestly, just because I remembered the ending or remembered it and didn't remember that it was really scary at the end, like with the camera panning and then the guys in the camera with the night vision and
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I remember that. So I got tense at that, but other than that, I was able to sit through it much easier than I did when I was younger.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Blair Witch, honestly, is the only movie for the Halloween month of movies that still got me. Like
Oh.
we slept on the couch that night.
So what was it? Exorcist, Blair Witch? What was the first one we watched?
We were trying to figure that out.
Good question. Oh my gosh. You know what? I can go back because
Yeah.
I have our.
I
history
don't
right here.
remember. My mom was giving a suggestion. She's like, "You guys watch Poltergeist?" I'm like, "Mom, all 3 of us have seen it," and I already said no. I'm like, I'm not watching that again.
So we did Exorcist, A Quiet Place.
A Quiet
Quiet
Place.
yeah.
Yep. The Blair Witch and Quarantine.
Okay.
Okay.
So kind of a weird, set of
Wide
horror films.
variety.
Yeah.
I
wide
thought we
variety,
did
there
something
you
before The Exorcist.
go.
No.
No.
So I'm gonna.
Well, hold on. Is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
Oh no,
No.
I think this movie's good, but it has a few moments that are not very convincing. Like some dialogue isn't executed very well. Like I'd say some of the side actors just didn't really play their part.
I think
the best.
that the beginning is too long.
It takes too long to lead up.
Yeah. Like, you know, with
The whole firehouse
the
stuff?
firehouse thing, I think it was too much.
Yeah.
I know it's only an hour and 29 minutes long, but that part felt like an hour.
Well, I guess they had to set up why this film crew is following these firefighters.
But they could have done it in a shorter amount of time.
Maybe.
I think the realism of the CDC and what law enforcement would do was pretty good.
I think that was
I
pretty.
think that's pretty much how they would execute
Yeah,
it.
especially when the guy opens the window and cuts the plastic. I knew he was going to get
Oh, yeah.
dropped right
He
there.
gets sniped right in the face.
That's when I was like,
And
yeah.
you're like, that's what you
And
would
that's
do.
what I would do. I was like, if I knew I was not going to get out of there alive, I wasn't going to turn myself into a zombie. I was just going to open up a window and be like, all right,
Let me go.
let me go. Obviously, I'm not getting out of here alive.
I mean, seeing it a second time, I was like, man, this movie is just not as good as the first time seeing it. I think it's because I saw it younger, as you said.
That's
See
what
it-
I mean.
did you
Like,
see it
not
in the
all
theater?
movies. No, we saw
it. Was
it.
our first Blu-ray movie.
It was our
that we
first
watched.
Blu-ray movie on like this big
It was like a 70-inch
70-inch TV in
Yeah.
a basement in the dark.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So I mean, it was all set up properly.
I was
to
probably
watch
like
it.
19. You're probably like
18, yeah.
Yeah, it's about right. Maybe a little bit older than
Yeah,
that.
surround sound. I mean, the whole deal.
Yep. So that's our movie Quarantine. I mean, there's not really much to say about it. You know, everyone dies. You know.
Everybody dies.
Spoiler alert. Not really. I mean, you should have been warned about that.
Well, I mean,
previous.
there's what I found out last night before we watched it is there's a Quarantine too.
Yes. Quarantine 2 Terminal, and that takes place airplane. So,
Of course.
and I just don't know if it's worth the watch.
I think my brother said he said it was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
I mean, most sequels like that are like you kind of play with fire
well,
watching
Okay,
them.
so think about it this way: the Blair Witch, very final.
Yeah, you didn't need a number
and they
2.
sequeled it, and it was horrible.
It's not. You say this every time, and I say this every time. Every time you say it's not needed, I always say, do you know what I always say?
Money.
Money.
Hollywood and
Exactly.
money. Yes, I get
if they
that.
think it's going to sell, they'll do it.
Right. And they have every right to do that. But, you know, us being as a consumer, we can say what we think about it.
And vote with your wallet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
I know I didn't spend money to see Blair Witch 2. or
No,
whatever.
I didn't spend money either. But they have announced a sequel to A Quiet Place.
Oh my gosh, you showed me.
And there are sequels to The Exorcist.
Yeah.
So, what?
You showed me a sequel or a remake or something, and I got really mad. What was it? It was.
You got to be more.
Oh my god!
specific.
It was the day that we were one of the days last week that we were moving, and I was like, The Grudge.
Yeah, they're
redoing
it's
it.
not really a remake. It's okay. So here's the Grudge.
I'm mad.
The Grudge is coming out, I believe, in January, and it takes place in America as opposed to in Japan. The ones with Sarah Michelle Gellar and all of the other ones,
Those are Japan.
They take place. Well, at least the first one takes place in Japan. This one's going to be taking place alongside that one, so it takes place in 2004. I think that's
just
what year.
in a different area.
Just in a different area. It could be good.
I remember the trailer for The Grudge back in 2004
Whatever,
or whenever
yeah,
the heck
whenever
it
we
came
saw
out.
the trailer.
There is almost a scene for scene spot in the trailer that's exactly like the last trailer.
Have you seen The Grudge, Brett?
Nope.
Oh.
Babe, this is probably
I'm not saying watch it.
No, this is probably one of those where I don't think it's going to be scary now. Like if we kind of like the Quarantine. I don't think I think if we watch it now it'll be I even think The Ring is not
But
going to
you've
be
seen
that
The
scary.
Ring.
Yeah.
It's just like The Ring.
Yeah, it's a lot like The Ring.
I
Get this.
almost remember nothing about The Ring.
In Japan, they made The Grudge versus The Ring.
They
did. Samara versus I don't know the chick's name from The Grudge.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, they did that. I saw the trailer, and apparently it's horrible. It's like Freddy
No.
versus Jason.
Wait a minute. The Ring is about, if you watch the tape, you have...
You have dying.
Yeah.
You have
The
to
Grudge-
get
the-
someone to watch it in 7
The Grudge
days.
is if you go into a house where someone's been murdered on a violently, like begrudgingly, then you are going to be haunted as well.
Oh.
So basically,
But it was,
I'm gonna,
it was out of like love too. It's
Lust.
like
there's something like hate,
Yeah, something.
hate and anger. If someone
Yeah.
dies in a fit of rage, that's what it is.
Yeah, if someone dies at a fit of rage.
Yep. And so they did. I'm gonna have to show you the trailer. It's so weird. Yeah, you got the chick from The Grudge, going down the stairs, and you got Samara coming out of the TV in the same scene. And yeah.
I mean, I
something else.
liked The Ring only
I do
because
too.
I think I liked the story, but honestly, it was just a bunch of jump scares.
It wouldn't work today.
No.
No.
Back then, it was like you didn't have cell phones.
Because you have access to turning stuff off very easily.
Yeah, it was very easy to still like have somebody at a sleepover. Like when the phone rings, it was very easy to have like your mom or somebody call the home number and make the phone ring and say, "Oh, 7 days," and like freak everybody out of sleepover. Yeah, it's not gonna work anymore.
So, enough on quarantine and horror films. That marks
Okay.
our ending of October's horror month. And so Brett, you have to.
We're gonna go with a comedy.
Yay!
I was
Because I
scared.
don't think you guys ever saw this, but Tag.
Yes,
You did see it?
we saw Tag.
Oh yeah, we did. I thought we watched it with you.
No,
No.
We
we've
we
seen
watched
Tag.
it
Son of
together.
a gun. So then
That was a
my-
good movie.
my backup
It's
is
pretty good.
is not a comedy, but it's a good movie, and it's one actually had this as a choice,
I'm scared.
and you went with the other choice, but The Good Son.
Okay,
Okay.
The Good Son.
You have not seen, right?
No, I've
Nope.
That is
Never.
Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin back when they're probably 8 years old.
Okay.
But it's quite good, and we probably should watch this one together too.
Well, we've been kind of just making it like, oh, we got a few hours, we can hang out. We're literally down the road now, so
Can we throw the suggestion out there too? Once again, to go back to the PTOUnlimited Movie Club, it's not just for us to decide movies, but we also want fan suggestions. If there's something on your list where you're like, I can't believe you guys haven't seen this, or have you guys seen this? It's an amazing movie. I think it's great, and I want to know what your guys' reaction would be. Throw it in the comments. Email us. Give us a phone call. We'll throw all the plugs in at the end of the podcast. Throw it down on social media, anywhere. But we'll keep a list of fan suggested movies and pick from that list.
yep. So let's move on from there.
Let's talk about the celebrity death.
Who is this?
John Witherspoon. John Witherspoon is a black comedian who played Ice Cube's dad in Friday.
That's right.
He also did some stand-up. I'm sure he's done way more than I know.
Have you seen
but-
Little Nicky?
No.
Oh,
But
God, he's
he's
in Little Nicky.
He's
Crazy guy.
he's a crazy guy. Yeah.
he's quite hilarious in Friday.
He's quite hilarious in Little
he's
Nicky.
really good at Little Nicky.
And he's in Next Friday as well, and he actually has a larger part in Next
He's
Friday.
in all three.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um,
You just haven't seen the third
I have
one.
not seen Friday After Next, which is the third one.
And I've heard it's
but,
not a good
Yeah,
trilogy.
but he's probably a little funnier in Next Friday, but he's just a funny guy. He's 77 years old, but
What did he pass from?
I did not read it.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to look.
Alex is looking him up. The only thing I can really remember him from any of the Fridays is him taking a dump.
Yeah, well,
And-
in the first one,
Oh yeah.
he's sitting on the toilet and he's like, "Craig, come here," and Ice Cube opens the door. He's like, "I'll wait till you get out." He's like, "I smelled your shit for 20 years. You can smell mine for 5 minutes."
I'm not much for toilet humor, literally. Like,
I
You're not,
love
but we
it.
love
fart
it.
jokes
Love
and taking taking dumps. It's not my comedy. And I understand that takes a niche market, and you guys
Sure.
have heard of that. Alex loves farts. She thinks
I
they're
think
hilarious.
they're hilarious. Anything
and-
with the butt.
Anything with the butt. There's the title.
Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't say what he died of. It said that he died suddenly at his home.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
So I don't think there's been like a autopsy or
Huh.
It says cardiac arrest. That's it. So I mean, just a sudden
Heart
death.
Heart attack. You know,
Says he was found unconscious. They did CPR, but he was dead. Like that's it. That's all it says. So that's
That is
sad.
that's
He's
sad.
I really liked him as an actor. I mean, he's very memorable, especially like you did the.
he's trying to do crazy eyes.
You do that to the camera. You do it perfectly.
Well, it's because that's what he
You
does.
have
He's
to,
like,
but you have to.
he's got his fist up.
You
And
have to have like the,
I
the
can't.
crazy eyeballs sticking out.
He does have, like, of course, Friday is a comedy, but there is the end of Friday, it gets kind of serious,
Yeah.
and he has some more serious lines.
What is your deal?
Just have never seen you do that before.
Because I don't do weird things.
One
Like,
more.
no.
Just one more time.
No, we'll do it off air.
Okay.
I don't want to be.
I want to
clicking
show
in the
Brett
mic.
that scene.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You guys saw Friday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we watched
both
it
of them.
with you.
We saw both
I
of them.
just don't remember that.
It was one of our
it's a-
drinking
it's a-
nights.
yeah,
Really?
it's a great movie.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those nights in a while where we just watch movies and drink and just chat. Those
We
are.
can on Friday.
I say
We can.
yeah, we can. I don't work this weekend.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and then we can watch. Well, it's the good son's serious though, isn't it?
Yeah, but we can watch 2 movies.
Okay. Well, we always wind up watching a third or second. You fall asleep on the couch, and
All right,
Brett and I stay up.
let's move on. I want to say just
Oh, you know what we can watch?
What?
Remember that movie Good Boys?
oh, the new one that's coming out or is out or
I think
Good
it's
Boys.
available to rent.
We'll have to-
maybe.
the one with a Seth Rogen film or whatever.
Yeah, with the kids that are. It's kind of raunchy.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah,
funny.
It looks funny.
I don't
Maybe
know.
we'll
this
do that one.
You guys might have to.
I do want to say hello to everybody. I know we've got some viewers on YouTube. Feel free to comment down in the comments. Join in on the conversation. Just hello.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
I want to talk about Penn Station here real quick. This
Oh,
actually has to deal with our
yes.
move. I don't know why we didn't think about this. This happened Friday morning.
Well, we went to go get our
Money order.
money order for the
So this
rent.
happened. So you ran into a gentleman.
I
while
ran
you
into
were on our way out.
a very nice gentleman. I went into the bank, got my money order, came out, and of course it's freezing outside. And this gentleman came out, and he's much older, and he just kind of looked at me and was like getting out of his car, and he's like, "Oh, loving this weather, huh?" And I was like, no, not really." He's like, "Oh, so you must have really liked Halloween." I was like, "Yeah," but it was just kind of like have a great day, like just
weird.
just weird, but like
Yeah.
a fun conversation with a random person. So then we go into Target to get some Starbucks.
And other stuff.
Yeah,
like
and some
for the
other
move.
stuff. And then as we're pulling out, there's we're at the light, and there's a Penn Station, which is
you know where Target is.
I know where Target
up
and
the road.
Penn Station
and
is.
what's in the mini mall? There's a
Yes.
Penn Station
yeah.
there.
So
we're
Penn
driving
Station
right
is
by
like
it.
a subway place, and this is like what 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, whatever time your dad. Yeah, it's about 9:30.
Yeah, so this is like 9:30 in the morning. So later on, after we've been sitting at some time has passed, we're at the light, and Penn Station's over there to the right. And Josh and I just so happen to have this. It's almost like a should have been there moment. But we both find ourselves like looking to the right at Penn Station. It's the same guy. He goes up, tries to pull open the door, and it doesn't open. He starts to walk away, and then looks at the door, then looks at his watch and keeps watching. It's just like, well, no subs this morning.
Nope, Penn Station wasn't open yet.
Like it was just like we both appreciated like the, aw, that's.
He wanted a Penn
He
Station
really wanted a
sub.
Penn Station sub.
I've never had Penn Station.
Like you could just see like the, well darn. What?
Don't pull that cord.
Oh, you could just see like the well darn or shucks in his face. Like he went to go like I'm gonna go and get my sub and nope.
I've had Penn Station.
Is it good?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it's overpriced.
What is it?
Well, yeah, that's Little Caesars. That's not overpriced at all.
You're right.
Yeah.
Which was kind of ironic because when we moved in on Friday, we met our neighbors and they had Little Caesars and it was like noon and it smelled amazing. I was like, oh dang. And they're gamers as well. And I was like, let us know if we're too loud. Just knock on our door. Just you don't need to get anybody involved. We'll quiet down. It turns out they're gamers as well.
Yep.
Was it two dudes?
No, I don't know if it's a man and his wife or a man and his mother. It's hard to say these days.
It's
Okay,
It is.
when you're older, some people age faster than the others. I'm not trying to be rude.
No.
It's not like they're listening.
You
but
can't tell these days.
you can't tell people's
Sure.
ages, but when someone has a physical
You could have
ailment,
just said it was a male and a female.
I don't know if it's man and wife or man and mother. Can't tell you.
Male and a female.
Male and female, at least in their 50s.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll just say that. You can't tell these days. Sorry. Yeah, so let's move on from that, guys.
I want to talk about what happened to me at work.
Please do.
Okay.
So I'm at work. I'm out on the floor and doing my job. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Excuse me, can I take your picture?" Or he said, "Do you mind if I take your picture?" And I said, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh." And he looked all defeated. I'm like, "Well, why would you want to do that?" He's like, "Well, you look a lot like my buddy." And I'm like, "Okay." It's like, "So I wanted to take your picture so I could show him."
This is weird.
And that's exactly what I thought. And
Like
I'm
a doppelganger.
So I'm like, "Well, I guess you can, but take it from over there and take it. I'm not going to look at you. So it looks as if you just saw me and took my picture without being creepy and asking me
So you're
first."
trying to be like candid about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, I honestly have no problem with you taking my picture and because I look like your buddy, if that's true.
Right.
What I have a problem with is your approach. You don't come right up to somebody, some stranger, and say, "Can I take your picture?"
You have to have the reason out right away.
You say, "Hey, you look a lot like my buddy. You got a doppelganger thing going on here. Do you
Yeah.
mind if I take your picture so I can show him?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care."
That is so creepy.
You know, think about your approach in that situation.
You have to immediately explain the situation before it goes any deeper.
Yeah.
Like you don't just say, if I were to walk up to, let's put this in not even like opposite sexes, and that's just the way it was. Like guy talking to another guy, girl talking to another girl. Can I take your photo? It's kind of just, especially you're on the clock.
My first thought was, oh, what kind of
What did I do?
Photoshop shit are you gonna do to this
Photoshop
picture?
shot.
And where are you gonna put it? You know, that's what my
Right.
first thought was. That's
Because
why I said no.
you hear about like the people like, oh, this dude was a real jerk. Did you see him send the message or anything?
No.
Maybe you should have just
no, but
said
he was with his wife or girlfriend, whoever, a female, and
a
she
witness. Would be a better way to say
Okay,
it as well.
he was with someone who was across the way with a cart, and she was laughing at him as if she's like, "You're such an idiot for asking this guy to take his picture."
That's what Alex would do to me.
That's how I just looked. I was like, I would totally do that.
You'd be like, oh, you're a freaking idiot.
Except Josh, I would be like, Josh, go take his picture, and be like, no.
I'd be the one that said no. She's
Yes.
the one that's like, just do it.
just do it. Just
Go do it. Do it for me.
First of all, he could have taken my picture without me even knowing, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's less creepy because I don't ever know about it.
Out of sight, out of mind
no.
is really nice to have.
Ignorance is bliss.
Until you just see some random photo of you memed out all over the
Maybe.
internet. And you're like, that's me.
Maybe, but at the same time, if he was being sincere,
Right.
I guess.
you know,
Whatever.
I've
How old
actually.
was this guy?
He was younger than me, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's kind of weird.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I know why he said it like that.
Why?
Maybe he lacks social skills.
Maybe.
Ooh.
But I know of at least one doppelganger that I have.
Like you've met them?
I don't remember if I met him or if I just saw pictures. But,
Okay.
someone I knew him.
Hmm.
So, and I was like, holy crap, this is freaky
Apparently,
similar.
I look like a Chris.
Oh, this goes straight into that.
Yes.
Okay.
I have had numerous people say that my name is Chris. They'll be like, oh, hey,
was
Chris.
a
I mean,
TV show.
Josh. What?
That was a TV show. No, everybody hates
Everybody
Chris.
hates Chris. Yes. Do I look like a Chris?
I don't know
I
what
don't-
that means.
I don't know what that means.
If my name.
Like Brett, you look like Brett, and I know I look
You
like
can't
Alex.
say that I
so
look like Brett because Brett is not a common name. You just think I look like that because you know me as that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
If I were to rename you.
Rename you.
good.
Let's rename Brett here for a second. I would go with a. Man, I don't know. That's really difficult.
I don't know.
I'll go with a Steven.
That's my middle name.
Oh.
Oh.
Of all these years, I probably knew that.
I don't
but-
know. I can see Steven, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go by Steven.
No. Here's where we brought this up. When we were putting together our furniture on Saturday, Jake, Alex's brother, and his girlfriend Paige were over helping put it together, and they were like, she kept on calling me Chris, and I was like, I'm not Chris, I'm Josh. Like, you've
She
only
knows
met
your
me
name,
as Josh. Yes,
Why was she doing that?
because
She
she
said
said I
it
looked
looked
like a Chris.
Oh,
But
so,
she's
she's
not the only
person.
one.
so
Yeah.
she just called you Chris because you look like one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she's not the only one that calls him Chris.
no, I've had many people be like, "Hey, Josh, Chris." No,
I don't go up. I mean, when I see somebody, I don't think their name's probably Jordan. You know?
So Alex, you're so unique. I have no way of renaming. Maybe a Rachel would be the only. I don't know bad Rachel, so don't give me that look. So Alex and I have been trying to pick out baby names for whenever we have kids, and if I suggest anything that just has a slight off taste for her, she goes, absolutely not that one name.
Well,
But it's not
what
like I know them.
What defines it as having an off taste?
Meaning, like, I have a bad experience or an awful memory related to that or attached to that name.
Yeah, okay.
There's been a lot of names that have been messed up for me because of people I've met. And it's like I hear that name and go, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you could rename Alex, what would you?
I can't.
You can't?
I can't rename myself. I don't know.
No.
When I was younger, I wanted to rename myself Crystal.
What?
I don't know. I really
That's
liked
so
that name.
common.
So
I don't like that name.
I don't know. I never met a Crystal.
Sorry, crystals out there listening.
But it was, it was a thing when I was really young. So because my name couldn't be Crystal, I named my size Barbie Crystal.
And then you had nightmares.
And then I had nightmares because she tried to kill me with a steak knife.
I've never really cared for my name because when I say it, people don't know what I'm saying.
People don't know what I'm saying. When I say Alex on the phone, they're like, Alice?
Well,
Oh.
then
So
you can relate.
But you got called Rhett on your receipt.
I did.
Red! That's
right. We went to Wingstop.
So they ask you your name like a lot of places do, and I always spell it when
Why?
people ask because they don't know how to. They don't know
I
what I'm
always
saying.
have to spell it.
They don't know Brett?
I'll say Brett. They're like Brent. No.
Oh, okay.
So Brett, Brett, and so my receipt comes out with your name on it, and it said Rhett, Rett.
That was weird. Like, no one can get my name wrong. Josh. Real simple. You can't get, unless you're like spelling it with a G or something. I don't know. But that photo I sent you, was that how you spell the other guy who's been on the podcast, Dalen? Is that how you spell his name?
No.
Oh my God, Quentin.
I forget how you spelled it. How did you spell it?
Well, it was that photo of the, I think it was from the mattress or something.
Was there an H in it,
No, there wasn't.
or was it two L's?
Let me look at our photos here. Because I took a photo of this and like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Dalyn.
No, that I would pronounce that Dallin.
Dallin?
Yeah.
So Dalen.
Dalen spells his name Dalen.
Oh, real easy.
By the way, I just need to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Dalen has left for basic training. He's going into the military.
Oh,
Whoa.
good for him.
So my work friend is now going to be gone for 6 months.
Aw, that's sad.
That's a shame.
But I
They're
still
making
have-
life decisions.
But I still have Dylan, so
Do you still see him on the daily?
yeah, he's on a different shift now than he was. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't get to go to breaks and lunches, or his lunch lines up with my break, so we hang out a little bit there. But our departments are right next to each other, so I see him pretty much all day long.
Yeah, I've known of Quentin's middle name.
Oh, he has a really.
It's Quentin Laurel Poper. Laurel.
I've never seen that middle name.
Oh, I was
It's
thinking,
L-
that's what I was thinking. L'Oreal.
It's spelled Larell. Laurel.
Okay.
Interesting.
I've never seen that. Quentin, is that a family heirloom? Like,
Heirloom.
Heirloom?
Heirlooms are
You know what-
objects.
well, you know what I'm talking about. Like
Yes.
a family thing.
It's a family name.
Is it a family name?
Let's move on from that.
You know what's a funny name?
What?
What?
Biff.
That is a weird name.
No,
yeah.
it's funny.
It's like, who names their kid Biff? And, now you can only, like, as an adult or, growing up, when people would say, oh, you biffed it, well, and now you only put it in that perspective as you told your pile of crap.
That's a great
He says yes, it is a family
it's a
name.
Great character name from Thomas Wilson from Back to the Future. Biff.
Biff, yeah. And I watched all three of those. I should have saved those for the movie club.
We didn't. It wasn't.
There wasn't a movie club yet.
It wasn't started yet.
Didn't exist. Let's move on from that. Let's
talk about Xbox All Access.
Okay. So
Switch gears
Okay.
completely.
Okay.
Switch gears completely here. So this is really cool.
I think we brought this up before.
Well, they brought it out before, and then they took it away, and now they're bringing it back.
Okay. So all access is you basically get
I remember what happened. We said that we tried to explain this to Alex, and she was not getting it.
it's a rental system, right?
It's a financing system.
Yes. So we're talking about Xbox All
Xbox.
Access.
Yeah.
So what it is basically you rent not necessarily rent. It's rent a. I don't know if it's to own. It didn't
See,
state.
Josh doesn't even know what it is.
It is to own.
It is to own?
If you get an Xbox One, then you have to make, I think they said 18 payments, and then you get credit towards getting the Scarlet or whatever.
if
it
you want
is.
that.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah, you keep what you got. So Xbox All Access is basically a rental system for a console
Finance
and
system, not rental.
finance system with Game Pass Ultimate. So what it is they have 3 different tiers. They have the Xbox All Access, Xbox One S All Digital for $20 a month. And then they go for Xbox One S for $22.99 a month. And then Xbox All Access, Xbox One X for $30.99 a month. And that comes with the console and Game Pass Ultimate.
and gold.
And gold. Yes.
which it's a really good deal, honestly.
And I have the figures of how much you would pay. I think they said it was for 2 years.
And I'm pretty sure there's no interest.
No interest.
Yeah.
So for an Xbox One S all digital, it's $480 altogether, but that also includes your Game Pass and Gold.
Right.
So
Which is Game Pass Ultimate is $15 a month if you were
Yep.
to pay for it separately. Gold is $60 a year.
yep.
So that's 10 a month. Or
So
10? Not 10.
not 10. Like
Whatever
5.
the math is.
5.
5. There we go. Yes, 5.
Yeah. So
I can
yeah,
math.
if you think about that, like you're actually saving a lot of money going this route. And then of course, for the Xbox One S is $552 altogether after the 2 year, and then the X is $744 after the 2 year.
So I'm considering doing this for the next.
So you're gonna
The
do
Scarlet?
it, but you have
Yeah.
to do it now.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Well,
You can, I'm pretty sure anyway, you can wait until you don't have to jump on this now.
in order to get the
Because
free upgrade,
Yeah, to get the, I don't think it's free.
It's
it
a-
just goes towards it.
you swap
you
out.
can upgrade, yes.
Yeah.
But there's no if you already have an Xbox One, unless you want another one, there's no reason to do this.
Correct.
So I don't know why they wouldn't allow you to do it just for the next Xbox. Instead of dropping $500 on day one,
Mm-hmm.
spread it out.
I'm gonna be that guy, Brett. I'm kind of getting out of the console war.
No? Or what do you mean?
My next purchase is probably gonna be a PC.
Yeah.
So because Xbox is moving into PC entirely,
Yeah.
like all of their stuff is starting to just become cross-platform, cross-compatible, and now they're moving Xbox into like your Android. Like right now, they're doing the Insider program
Yeah.
for I don't remember what the project's called. Like it's just blowing my mind. I can't
Well,
remember this.
I get what you're saying. At the same time,
I don't want to buy 2 consoles when I could just buy one more computer.
yes, but you didn't buy 2 consoles this generation.
I did now. Yeah, I did. What are you
Which
talking about?
2?
Well, are you just lending me that one? Yeah, you are. So I just have one.
I meant you
No, I
didn't.
bought
You
2.
didn't buy Xbox and PlayStation.
No. I'm not saying I'm for the next console release. I'm not planning on buying 2 Scorpios
Oh, okay.
or Scarlets. Sorry, I'm planning on going into 2 PCs. I don't have to buy another one of those. I
What do you
just
mean
update
2
it.
PCs?
So Alex will play a computer game and I'll play a computer game.
So you're gonna own 2 gaming PCs?
Yes,
Yes, that's what
That's
he's
like
trying to say.
$2,500.
that's already paid off.
This is already paid off.
I don't have to do anything with that
So
anymore.
you just need to buy one more.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying, oh, Project Scarlet's out.
You don't think the next generation is gonna brick that? The next generation games.
All I have to do
and
is just
graphics.
all I have to do is just swap out my internals, and that's not much each. I mean, you can do that. Like I've already upgraded the hard drive inside of that. All I have to do is just upgrade the processor next, and then the power system, and
then
pieces.
this and then that and then that. So maybe you're spending half of what the Scarlet will cost.
And that's good.
Okay, I'm just saying it's not. I'm not going to spend money this generation.
It's kind of saying like I'm not going to move into buying 2 Xbox consoles when I can just buy one more computer. It's kind of sad, saying that, but it's also like it makes sense.
I think it's going to end up equaling.
It might.
I think we're just gonna have to wait for the Scarlet.
I don't know. I've kind of made this thought like over the last few weeks. I'm just like, do I really want to go and buy 2 consoles when I just have to buy one more computer? I mean, think about it.
You've been quiet. What are your thoughts?
What I just said, I think we should just wait for the Scarlet
Well,
to come out.
From your body language right there, was sitting here and listening to us. I think you are not all that wild about getting another PC. You want an Xbox.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? You
I
get
don't
this.
know.
You know you can plug your Xbox controller directly into the
I know,
computer
but it's
and
like-
use that
My
as
thing
your
is, like,
gaming. You
I-
don't need.
I read that
You
just from
don't-
you sitting there.
Don't need it. You don't.
I
It's just extra.
I know, but it's
I can play Sea of Thieves on the computer just fine, using the keyboard and mouse. I'm doing just fine playing it.
it's not gonna be the same thing as being like, I have a Scarlet.
It's not gonna be like that. No one's gonna care. No one
Well,
cares.
You will care.
I'll care.
The console wars are blurred now with crossplay.
I'm
It
not
doesn't
saying that
matter.
I'm going up against people. I just want to be like, I have a Scarlet.
I never really care. I mean, crossplay was never a deciding factor for me.
Well, we are now able to play Call of Duty with Quentin, and he doesn't
We've
have to buy an
got
Xbox.
Quentin in chat's going, no, that PC will surpass next gen hands down.
Okay.
And he's
the PC guy.
Yeah, he's the
Well,
IT
I
PC guy.
yield to that.
I yield.
I don't know.
White flag.
You think about it, like you have a desktop computer. You can remove parts
Right.
very easily, and I've done it, and it's not that difficult. It really isn't.
No, but it takes you 2 hours to figure out what core goes into what TV.
Well, that's because I have okay. So let me tell you why. Okay, before you go
I'm
into
not joking. Last night was just, or 2 nights ago, I was like, babe, I'm in a rut here. I don't remember how I hooked this thing up.
okay, so there on the back of that HP, it only
but building
has.
a computer is a different.
Let me explain. Okay, on the back of the PC tower, there only has one HDMI in, and it has 3 DVIs and one. I don't remember what the name of it's. I don't remember the name of the port. So I had to. There's only one of those. Okay, so that has a HDMI only, and that has HDMI only. 2 of my screens only have HDMI, so I had to figure out a combination of how to get that to work. That's why.
You got it to work the last time. Why don't you remember?
All the cords were wrapped up. You think I'm going to remember the back of the computer tower? You know, I don't look at it all the time.
You know, one thing a couple times I've considered getting a PC,
Yeah.
but then I thought, well, what if I want to take it somewhere? It's so much easier to take a console somewhere versus a tower.
It depends on how much you have plugged into it. I mean,
Well, still, the console's still a lot smaller than a big old tower.
that's actually a really small tower.
Oh my God! Move on.
That's like
I'm defending
that's
myself
like a
with that.
console and a half.
It's light. It's real
I know
light.
it doesn't weigh
Console and a
much.
half. I could stack up 4 Xbox Ones vertically, and it would equal that tower.
BS. I got an Xbox
Like,
sitting
it's
right there.
It doesn't look that big.
No.
What? That tower?
The tower.
Okay.
It's light. It's light too. But I'm just saying, like, the power that you have inside of a computer, I'm starting to transition into the thought that I don't want to buy 2 consoles when I just need to do one. And it's sad to say that because I'm sitting here like, oh man, it's a generation lost.
Then we've got Quentin here on your side again about
Yeah.
the PC.
Yeah, of course he
He's
will
a
be.
PC
He's
guy.
PC Master Race.
He said that already. If console doesn't start becoming a upgradable, oh my God, we have so many comments. Upgradable machine, they will fall behind. PC parts are becoming more affordable
Whoa, wait a
and
minute.
building much more newcomer friendly. And then my dad says, "Is it a portable system?"
There we go. the consoles are upgradable. That's what Xbox One went to Xbox One S and to Xbox One X. Those are the consoles versions of upgrades.
But you have to buy the whole thing.
They're mid-generation upgrades. That's how the consoles do it.
You
That's
don't
how
have
the
to buy a
console
whole
companies do
nother
it.
desktop.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. That's how they are doing it versus
Right.
how PC does it.
Okay, yeah. No, I agree with you on
They're
that.
like, ooh, we can get the same people who bought one console for however many years to buy 3 more consoles than they normally would.
That's what the next comment's about.
Okay.
Quentin says the fanboys will always be there, but I see a switch happening if they don't adapt to the gaming climate.
And they kind of have, especially with Call of Duty.
Well, with the crossplay and stuff, that's adapting.
Yes, it very much so is. And you can get the Xbox app on your computer, and you can talk directly to your party with people who are playing on console.
I don't think consoles are going anywhere, at least for another.
Well, yeah, freaking Sony, they patented,
just
how many
patented
PS
See, 6, 7, 8, I think.
and 5. 5, 6,
Five's
7, 8.
coming, 5 has already been announced, though.
Yeah. But they
They
have.
did.
I think
post
all the way,
5.
Yeah, and right as soon as I read that, I was like, "Why the heck did I not patent one of those? I would have gotten bank." You know, all you have to do is just say, "Oh, I'm gonna patent PS10." What are they gonna do?
Yeah, because,
Take away my birthday?
I mean, Xbox has changed the way they've done their name every generation.
You can't
Yeah.
guess.
You can't
Same
guess.
with Nintendo.
No
like
idea.
Nintendo's like, "What's the next one gonna be?" So, holy cow, we went into a lot
Yeah,
of
we
depth
went
of
down
this.
the
So I
rabbit
just want to
hole on
say, like, if you do. I think it's the Xbox One X. if you do 12 consecutive payments, 12 months, you get to upgrade to Project Scarlet when it comes out
Oh, I
next
thought it
fall.
was 18.
No, it says 12 here.
Okay.
I had all this ready last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so staying on the video game thing, this isn't really on there, but I just want to tell you about this, Brett. There is a Garfield game coming out this week.
Sweet.
Garfield Kart Furious Racing.
No, not a racing
not a
game.
racing
It's a racing
game.
Garfield
game.
doesn't race.
I would like a Yoshi stories, but Garfield story kind of.
Kind of like an exploration adventure game.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be fun.
Yeah. You'd love a Garfield game, wouldn't you? Like
Yeah,
something
but not a
interesting like
stupid
that.
It'd
racing
almost be
game.
like The Sims, but you would just have to sleep every 5 minutes.
And
Be
you
like,
hate
wake
Mondays.
Up, wake up, sleep, and Monday you would just like sleep the whole day.
There was a Garfield adventure game on Sega.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
It's probably a side scroller,
Yeah,
right? Just
yeah.
like Aladdin and all that. Which are you gonna get that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. When's that coming out? That's soon, right?
I would think that they would launch it around the same time as Disney Plus.
That's next week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
Disney
I haven't
Plus is
seen
next week.
I haven't seen a date.
I really have to think about getting Disney Plus here. Like for
Yeah,
real.
I'm gonna get it.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a thought. It really is.
Mhm.
What do you
But
think?
you don't need it because Alex's mom has the whole library.
But you have to travel for that
Yeah.
and give it back.
Like 5 minutes less down the street than I used to.
Go ahead and drive it. Okay, Alex.
She
hey,
lives
hey,
off the same street that we do.
What's this argument you just had with me yesterday saying I can do laundry here instead of going anywhere else for it? Because we have built-in
It's
washer
not
and dryer.
a chore to go over and get a Disney movie. It's a chore to sit over there and wait for my laundry to be done.
It's the same
no,
chore.
It is absolutely the same chore.
Why is it a chore to run over there and grab something versus
Because-
running over there and like sitting and waiting for my laundry to be done?
Well, I think it's
We
not
weren't
so
going
much
that
the
deep.
laundry part. It's that leaving the house to go get something.
That
and
wasn't the
coming back.
problem. It was the fact that laundry takes like her washer and dryer is like washer's like an hour and 15 minutes.
You don't
and then,
ever
like,
not leave just because to go do something just because you don't want to go.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to the grocery store yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Since we moved, we're like,
You know what?
what are we eating tonight?
I planned on the week of Halloween watching Nightmare on Elm Street the remake.
Yeah.
So I
And
took it.
did you watch Scream?
No.
Oh,
I'll get to no.
Okay.
So I took the Blu-ray out of my little canvas thing, threw it on the floor. I'm like, I gotta take the disc out and put it in my.
what
Oh
a
my
so,
God.
So
oh
I
my
never
God.
even watched it. I just let it lie there on the floor.
Really? Did you
Really.
spit on it?
No, it's spit on it. And I'm like,
That is
it's not
funny.
streaming. I can't just go to my
So
app and turn
here's,
it
Right.
on.
here's the deal. Here's the other deal too with moving is that we have a box and a half of boxes labeled DVDs. And I looked at them like, do I even unpack these? Even though we
Right.
went through them.
Just leave them in the box.
Yeah, I was like, even though we went through them to be like, keep this, donate this, and like, 'cause
Yep.
we kept all the major ones, like Lord of the Ring trilogies, the
Sure.
Star Wars,
All the
like,
Harry Potters.
Harry Potter's, like things like that we kept. But I was like, you know, the one time we packed everything up when we were still living last week in the other apartment, the one time we actually wanted to watch something that was not on any streaming
packed.
services. It was packed. And I was like, you know what? I want to watch Finding Nemo. Is it on anything? He's like, Disney Plus. I'm like, which is not out yet. And I was like, okay, where's it at? Boxed away.
Actually, that was the one we didn't box. That's sitting over there.
No, we had to get into the box and we didn't rebox.
Oh, that's right. We didn't box
and then
it
we
back.
boxed everything back up. And we're like, well, damn, now we have an extra DVD just hanging out. So now we can
Yep.
watch Finding Nemo whenever we want.
It's sitting right over there in the corner. It's like, okay, whatever.
Let's talk a little NFL.
Okay, so yeah, Alex, do you need to
I
take
get
a
to
look
find
at your
out.
fantasy?
I get to find out in like an hour.
Well, I'm
hour
gonna
and a
take
half.
this right away because I'm gonna lose.
I think
for
I
sure.
won. Did I win?
You won. Yeah.
Like
I-
for sure he won, or he still has to wait.
No, he's done.
He's done.
I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
Well, do you have the fantasy app? I can pull it up.
I
can pull
got
it
it.
up.
I got it.
So I'm pretty certain
Me too. When it's up.
I get to keep the PTO toilet because I am going to lose this week.
Well,
And-
unless the guy I'm going up against scores 23 points
And
with
what is
his
his-
running back.
That can be
Saquon?
done.
I know.
Is it Saquon?
What?
Is it
Bar-
Saquon Barkley?
Yes.
Yeah, that could happen.
It could, but I've looked at what he scored before.
Doesn't
he has
matter.
not scored over 20
He hasn't.
points.
Well, he hasn't. He's been out. He was out for a few weeks.
Yeah, but the last 2 games he's only scored like 15
Well,
or
that's because he's warming up.
Okay, so what's the teams tonight?
It is the Giants versus Dallas.
Ooh, and Barkley plays for
The Giants.
Giants.
Oh no. He's
So-
not getting 20 points. Not against Dallas.
Because I'm done.
Where's it at? Is it at Dallas?
It is. Where does it say that?
That's usually the second team in the line is where it's the home game.
Oh, it's at Dallas then.
Yeah, right.
Probably not. but
Yeah. You might be
just never
safe.
know.
You might-
just never
and
know.
you won,
no,
right?
that's not. No, that's
For
not
sure,
right.
you won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say at, and all these others say at. So it's got to be at the Giants.
Let's talk about the actual games. Just some notable things.
I wasn't able to watch any, but I will say the Dolphins won.
The Dolphins won.
Patriots lost.
Patriots got stomped by Baltimore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson scored 4 more points than Stafford. I shouldn't.
I know. I looked at it and I was like, it was a good choice.
Still?
It was a good choice. Only 4 more points.
Okay.
They're comparable.
A
They're fine.
couple
Yeah.
other notable things. Everybody in the NFC North lost.
They did.
So, and the Packers were terrible against the Chargers.
I am not upset that the Vikings lost because they lost to my other team.
Did
the
you
Chiefs.
freaking win, Brett?
Yes.
Did you? You didn't even have to ask that.
Well, it's a hollow victory though because the guy I played doesn't set his lineup. He left 2 players in on bye.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's
did.
because Drew Brees went out the first week or second
So he
week
gave
due to
up?
injury. He gave up on his entire fantasy because he
Yeah.
loves Drew Brees to death because he went to Purdue. Holy cow, you got to be happy about that and be a Drew Brees fan because I hate Drew Brees. I hate the Saints. Heck 'em.
Other notable things. So the Patriots, everybody. I think it's funny that everybody in this state hates the Patriots.
They do.
I don't care one way or the other. I think
I hate Tom Brady.
think we are lucky to have watched Tom Brady because he's had this best quarterback ever career.
Well, him and Aaron Rodgers are very comparable.
Yes, except Brady's got 6 and Rodgers has got 1.
Depends on the team you're with and the coach, staff. Yeah,
Yes,
whatever
all
you wanna
that
say.
it goes
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the
yeah.
factor.
Stats.
But what is interesting about New England this year is that they have the easiest schedule in the history of mankind. So their defense is scoring all these points and holding offenses to less points. But they haven't played anybody good until last night when they played Baltimore, and Baltimore put up 37 points. on
Very
them.
happy about that.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that they still won't win a bunch more games because
Right.
Bill Belichick is a very good coach and he just figures teams out and he figures out how to beat teams. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. Other things that are interesting is that the Seahawks and the Buccaneers played at Seattle. Russell Wilson had 5 touchdowns passing. It was a crazy game. It was just
That's insane.
offense all over the place.
It's insane.
I didn't get to watch a lot of football
We
because
didn't either.
I worked until 5 and then
We've been moving.
so
Moving and birthday
probably
party.
watched less this week than any other week.
Yeah.
But those are just some quick notable things.
The Vikings lost to the Chiefs, even though
Last 3 seconds by a field goal.
yeah, and that's a very close game, and I
Very
would have
close.
loved to have been there for that and seen that. It would have been a great game to see.
We were sitting instead in the car, and I was watching on the phone, just watching the animated,
Sure.
whatever it is that you can watch on the app, and it was like 3 seconds left, and and Kansas City's on like the 36th. And I'm like,
So-
and it was 23-23, and all of a sudden it went 0, 23-26.
Yeah.
Mahomes did not play.
No, he's expected
So-
to come back next week.
Now people are mad at Cousins because he couldn't hold up against a secondary quarterback, but it's different.
His
It's
line was
different.
okay though. He had
Yeah.
he did well.
He
It
did.
was-
He scored
it was
well.
the defense
He
that
did just fine. Did just fine. He's not
Actually-
my boy.
Actually, the defense might. I got some decent
Cousins is not my boy. Don't even
Well, something didn't work
don't
out.
at me.
It was a point for point game.
It was really close.
It wasn't like he did bad. It was a good team against a good team.
Except a backup quarterback.
Who's doing just fine, I guess.
So you could argue that if Mahomes played and was at 100%, they would have got blown out.
It was a home game too, so that's
Or
different.
maybe they just decided they
For
weren't
who?
going to try so hard because
For
it
the
was
Chiefs.
a secondary quarterback, so they didn't put in all of their.
I doubt
Oh.
it. Very
Yeah,
much.
that's
doubt
really
it.
bad on the Vikings defense, is what it really is. And
Whatever.
they're normally really
If-
good.
If they can't hold back Matt Moore, what are they going to do against? Of course, it won't matter. And if they make the playoffs, it won't matter because they wouldn't meet until the Super Bowl.
Right, if they ever went.
Yes. But as far as the NFC goes, San Francisco is still undefeated.
I can't believe it.
Did you hear Jimmy Garoppolo hit on Aaron Andrews?
I'm sorry, what?
Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback for the Niners, and
Yeah.
Aaron Andrews is the on the field analyst for
Yeah.
I guess it was NBC,
Mm-hmm.
or no, it was Fox because Troy and Joe Buck did the game. But so she's talking to him after the game, and she's like, "How's it feel to be whatever 8-0 or whatever they are?" And he's like, "Feels great, baby."
Aww.
So the internet just kind of blew him up because he said that, and then she kind of was like all flustered with that.
Aww.
Jimmy Garoppolo is a very handsome man. So
Look him up, honey. I want you to
I'm probably
see
gonna argue and say not.
Jimmy
I'm very
Garoppolo.
picky. What, Jimmy?
Jimmy, and then just put a G, and you might be right there. Jimmy G.
Apparently, he's a handsome man. Let's take a look.
She's looking.
Hold
Wow,
on.
this is great audio, Alex.
did you find a picture?
What's
of
that
him
look?
without a helmet?
He's actually pretty good looking.
He has a dashing smile.
He does. Like, he reminds me of Hook.
Oh yeah,
like,
from
like put some black eyeliner on him.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually not like he kind of looks supermodel like. I guess I would get flustered if he said.
He has a smile. He has a smile about
Yeah.
him. Yeah, it's just what it is.
Just.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, do you see it as a man?
Do you want me to show this to our YouTube?
Yeah,
Okay.
show the YouTubers.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Like
So-
he's got a very
If I was Jimmy,
nice smile.
if I was Jimmy Garoppolo, I wouldn't be called Jimmy. I would go with Jim.
Josh.
Jimmy is a kid's name. What are you showing him?
Okay.
Like this one's just like a hey.
Hey.
Okay. So Brett, you're
There you
gonna,
go. That's the one.
I'm gonna guess it's that. So there it is. He's got a nice smile right there.
I mean, he's just. Yeah, I mean, he's good looking. I'm usually very picky, but like. eh.
You like that? Do you think Tom Brady's a good looking
No.
I hate him.
man? Well, about everybody outside of Boston does.
Did, am.
Still do?
No,
Yeah.
no. Tom
What
Brady
about-
is not my
What
type.
about Aaron Rodgers? Because he gets all the hot
No,
girlfriends.
Aaron Rodgers. No, he is.
He dated. Who did he date? He's dating Danica Patrick right now.
I
Do you know
mean-
who that is?
Yeah, she's a racer.
I
She
look at
was.
this guy and I just want to smile. I don't know why. Like he's got that infectious smile kind of thing.
Aw.
So like he's not like hot. He's cute.
Who else was Aaron Rodgers dating? Oh, Olivia Munn. They dated a long time.
Olivia Munn.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
not saying much. Olivia, I'm not.
I think she's
I
attractive.
used to be. Yeah, I
Who'd you say,
used to
Tom?
think
Aaron
Olivia Munn
Rodgers?
was when she was on Attack of the Show on
Yeah,
G4.
yeah.
I missed that. Oh, I missed Attack of the Show. That was such
You
a
looking
good
up
show.
Aaron Rodgers? He has a crazy mustache right now. It's
Porn
looks
stash.
Terrible, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to
You
get
saw
rid of that.
he for Halloween he went as the guy from Happy Gilmore, Ben Stiller's character.
He did.
Which is hilarious because all weekend I've been saying my fingers hurt
My
because I
fingers
have been in so much pain from the move. What?
You're having me compare Aaron Rodgers to this
Well,
Jimmy Good stuff.
Jimmy good stuff.
Who does he play for?
The 49ers.
49ers.
Can I get
Is
him?
what?
On fantasy.
Oh, no, I've got him. No, I don't have him. I have him in my other two leagues.
I'm gonna look him up.
I was gonna ask something about the 49ers.
They're really good.
Yeah, I
Their
haven't watched. I have
defense
not
is-
watched a game of theirs yet.
Oh, he's a quarterback.
Well, they
okay.
Yeah.
they
Oh, even his
they're
picture's
starting
cute.
to get on TV now.
Okay. Oh, you want to claim him?
Oh, dude, I can grab him.
Well, you better hope he loses.
Why?
It
Or
doesn't.
better hope you lose, because if you win, you won't be on the waiver wire. I guess if anybody else wants him, that is.
Well,
And I'm surprised that he's not picked up. Honestly.
right. He's gotta be.
So, yes or no on Aaron Rodgers
Ew.
without the mustache even?
Ew.
What about Tony Romo? Because he was dating Carrie Underwood for a while.
Why
And
are you
I think
asking
that
all
was
these
more-
quarterback names?
I think that was more because he was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and that has a certain status.
Tony Romo, huh? Yeah, I don't. Alex, you looking up? What are you doing?
Tony Romo.
Are you claiming him right now?
Look up
Yes, I am actually.
do you know what Tony Romo looks like?
Tony Romo. Let's see here.
He's
Wait, what do you think I'm gonna say?
no,
No, I don't think you'll like him.
and I hate Tony
Football
Romo as
quarterback.
an announcer.
announcer.
New,
I hate his voice
Images. There we
so
go.
much. That's a no.
No.
Is that?
That's the dog.
I mean,
She's snoring.
he's definitely not Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers is at the bottom for me.
Okay.
All right, wait, no, actually Tom Brady is then Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Let's get off of this this subject here.
What else you want to go? We're about at time.
About at
honestly.
time. Let's see. What do we got here?
If you got something quick.
Something quick. Yeah. So, did you hear about the Team Trees organization that wants to donate 20 million trees by January 1st? And there's a story behind that. So there was this back and forth between these two guys over this donation about someone it's like a $1 a tree.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you donate $1, you donate a tree. If you donate $5, 5 trees. So one guy, like these two guys, I'm not sure they're big names, but I'm not going to look them up right now. They were both going back and forth. Oh, I'm donating 1,000 or 500,000 or something like that. Elon Musk comes in and he like looks at this tweet that someone sent out about, hey, we're trying to get this level of trees donated.
Save the trees.
Save the trees, pretty much. And he like, oh, it seems legit. I'm gonna donate 1 million trees, and he did 1 million trees. And someone tweeted at him, he said for Treebeard, for Lord of the Rings, for Treebeard.
Yeah.
And someone said, at Treelon Musk, you're the real MVP. And he changed his Twitter handle to Treelon Musk.
That's awesome.
Yep. 1 million trees.
I love it.
And
good.
he basically won the competition. Like right now, I'm gonna go to their site and see what they're at. They were at a pretty high number because of that. Yeah.
Where are they planting these trees? Anywhere?
Yeah, just anywhere. It's basically just a foundation. So teamtrees.org, they are at 12.8 million, which is pretty good actually.
I know, but you also have to think of how many trees we cut down, like per day, per year,
Sure.
like how much that compares.
Okay, so Mr. Beast and Alan Walker are the two people that were going like 100,000, 100,001, 100,002, and then he went in and did.
And he was like, 1 million.
Heck you guys, I'm
Heck
doing
you
a
guys,
million.
I'm gonna save the planet. I'm throwing cars up into space. I'm gonna save the planet.
Oh my God, Alex, well, you had to bring that up.
It, like I'm gonna save
Is
the
that
planet.
why you hate Elon Musk right now? Because Alex seems
Well,
to
it
go to.
certainly isn't helping.
She goes to this.
It's
What's
like,
his
you
name?
know what?
What's his name?
Spaceman?
That's not his name.
I think his name's Spaceman or
It's
Space.
not Spaceman.
It's something like that.
It's not Rocket Man.
It might
either.
be Rocket Man.
No.
Elon Musk. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
What's the car in space? Oh my gosh, it's blanking me. We talked about this a year ago, right?
a
Space
while ago,
car.
Moon Man. That's what it is.
No,
it's Moon
it's
Man.
not. It's not Moon Man.
I'm pretty certain it's Moon Man.
No, it's not.
I'm right. We're gonna have this
Car.
argument while you're looking this
Car
up. This is-
guy.
Car guy in space. It's Moon Man. What?
Starman.
Starman? That's
Yeah.
stupid.
His name is Starman.
All right, are we
Get
hit-
out of here.
All right, so we're gonna do some plugs here, and then we're gonna get on out of here. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, I am a Twitch streamer. I Twitch stream on Saturday and Sunday morning and Wednesday evening. If you want to check me out, I am doing Super Mario Maker 2. I've been doing Minecraft, and I've been doing Sea of Thieves, and I think I'm gonna take a break on Modern Warfare because it's not like I have to play with like Alex is the one that plays it better than me. I'm not the best at Call of Duty as I used to be, so I'm just probably gonna like settle on that for a little while. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L MISTERL.
I am also a Twitch streamer. I am twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. Right now, my stream schedule is Sunday, Tuesday, and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, I am really into Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I did a surprise or off day stream today for a few and a half hours.
3 hours stream for
I know.
you on a
I was
Monday.
like, I just kind of got like into it because there's this
NVG is what it's called.
yeah,
Night vision goggles.
night vision goggle mode, which is fun. It is so much fun.
It's all in.
You know what game's been doing night vision for a long time?
But they haven't done a multiplayer mode for that.
Yeah, this is a multiplayer mode.
Yeah, they did.
For Call of Duty.
No, I said you know what game has been doing night vision for a long time?
Splinter Cell,
Uh-huh.
Rainbow
Oh,
Six
okay.
Siege or Rainbow Six has been doing that, I'm sure. So yeah,
No, I really like it. I did I did that today. I did the night vision goggle mode, and it's a lot of fun. So there's that. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
what's going
The
on.
dog is sawing logs.
She is
over
I
here.
know.
really
she
going.
is out. She is snoring.
All right. So if you ever want to follow us on any of our social media, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we're on Twitter, which is at PTOUnlimited. And we do thank the people who have been watching us live on YouTube. We want to thank you guys for joining us and all the comments and chiming in on our conversation and giving us more topics and stuff. And more conversation. We do appreciate that. And we do appreciate you guys, all the likes and shares and subscribes and all that. We do appreciate that as well. Anything that you can do helps out the podcast. We appreciate everything that you have done. And those who have been following us for as long as you have, we thank you for that. And so if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is at Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
On a final note, I talked about this off the air, but for anybody out there, if you want something interesting to watch on YouTube, check out, and it's not like it's not well known by now, but Hot Ones.
Oh my
is,
gosh. Yes.
It's a great interview that you just don't get anywhere else. What I love about this show is that this guy, Sean Evans, is a host. He asks the questions that no other interview anywhere will ask.
And people are surprised. They're
Yeah.
like, where did you get this information? Like, wow.
They really do their research, and they find interesting things to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So there's
What-
just... and
What,
the whole,
what made you want to plug it? What was one that you just watched? Is there one that you watched
today
recently?
I watched Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was pretty
his
good.
is good.
And,
Yep.
over the last few weeks, I've watched several. I really liked the Steve Austin one.
Paul Rudd was
Who
so
did we
good.
just watch?
That would be Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His was really good. I really liked Nick Offerman's.
Yep.
So check that out. They really vary in length. Some of them are like 35 minutes. Some of them are like 18.
And
They
it's
really
very
go all
random
over the
in celebrities. I mean, you can have somebody like you can have a comedian, you can have a wrestler. Like it's almost anybody.
All over the place.
Yeah,
He had,
they have
he's had-
podcasters, YouTubers.
He's had Chrissy Teigen a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
Jonas Brothers.
Philip DeFranco.
Yeah,
was
he had
one of-
Philip
he's one of the
DeFranco
guys
on
we
there.
watch.
Yeah.
And they had Sasha Banks on there.
he
Halle,
had,
he had Halle
another wing.
Berry
Oh, I don't know if we watched the
and
Halle Berry one.
ScarJo.
We saw Scarlett.
We saw her, yeah.
And Charlize.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to say her last name.
Theron.
Theron. It just seems weird.
Theron.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. We thank you guys very much for joining us in our new studio.
Next
what?
week's topic.
Oh, yeah, we about missed it.
What was it, Alex? You.
We'll
worst
see how
out of
much
it.
we'll see how much traction
I
we got.
wouldn't
Just-
say even worst. I'd say most interesting moving experience.
If you guys
Okay.
have had any interesting moving experiences,
whether it be good or bad, what is your most interesting moving experience?
Yep, and we're gonna put it on our social media this weekend,
Yes.
so you guys can chime in on that. We'll be taking your comments on social media, and if you guys want to do that, chatting thing on our YouTube, we'll do that as well. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you next week for 185.
Bye.
Bye, guys.